Welcome back to the Ironheart Merchant Company on the Friday, session 79. We return once more, surprisingly, down to James. One of the rare few times, for those watchers at home, that James is unavailable. He had some schoolwork to finish up, and as we all stand by, homework comes first, especially if you're paying for it. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on who you are and who your favorites are, we have our three-man crew this afternoon instead, or evening, or morning, depending on when you're watching it. But with that, we're going to get right into it. So, before I get into current session, to kind of rewind the clock a little bit about what happened last time, well, I'll be honest, it was, I'm actually, give me a second, I'm trying to remember what we were doing last time. Oh, yes, never mind, I recall. The door. The great and glorious door. The TLDR, for those who want to skip ahead after this, is James beat up a child using Bart's magic, and then sold him off to the black market to be later retrieved if needed. That's basically the summary, exactly the entirety of what happened. But in full detail, we started off with session with the party wanting to go check out that door that had the then cost seal on it. Rollman and James were both very curious, so somewhat knowing about it, wasn't really interested, but following James, and Bartimaeus, well, as of course following his employer. As the party found themselves heading up towards the second floor of the castle, they would quickly manage to get it open after James would finagle it, and totally with his own strength and ability to create grease from his boots, managed to move the giant stone door, pushing it all the way back, and was not at all influenced by Bartimaeus in the slightest. As the party managed to get the rock that had been a sort of doorway into what they found was a sort of panic room, if you will, with magical resources, valuables, and assets. The unfortunate thing is, due to James's great and mighty strength, and a little bit too much grease, they would find the inhabitant behind the door was the young Prince Aulus, the third in line to the throne of Uthgar and Venkos currently. Actually, well, technically second in line if we want to go by that definition, in fairness. So, not to keep clarity here. But regardless, after the rock door would end up slamming into the poor child's leg, damn near destroying it, with a little bit of help from Bartimaeus and the rest of the party, they would manage to get the child under control, talking to them, and eventually, theoretically, silenced, as they sent him off to well, I'd probably call it an intern camp, but you could think of it however you want. Maybe he's off playing with butterflies. Who knows? We'll never know the true fate of this poor child. The DM totally is not at all foreshadowing here. And with that, the party would do some more investigating, grabbing a few books. Bartimaeus finding the art of sumo wrestling, basically by the dwarves, that he would pick up for himself. Some other minor magical books being taken by James, but otherwise, kind of the rest of it being left. After, of course, a little bit of a work to try and get the unique refrigerator / icebox out of the room, as the party would unfortunately find that the thing was much larger than it alluded to in the panic room. With that, the party decided to return back to basically kind of figuring out what they wanted to do with their day. Aulus would be quickly shipped off at the orders of Soot, and the rest of the party. At that point, if I remember correctly, I think we just had you guys skip to the downtime at that point. After that. So with that, the party ended up doing their downtime, in which they started working on looking up crews, training, doing what they could basically to make themselves more capable. With that, though, we come back. Actually, now. Oh no, the 3 months was the prior session, wasn't it?
Yes.
Was it? I cannot recall. Yeah,
We did the time skip in the middle of the session.
Yeah, okay, we did have time skip in the middle of the session. Thank you. Okay, so I was right. All right, cool. I'm trying to remember exactly because I'm going through this whole thing off my notes here. Give me a second, and I don't take my notes well. Let's see. Ah, yes. All right. As the party managed to do their 3 month time skip, they began to look through the quest, figuring out what they wanted to do, and I believe we ended somewhere shortly after that, basically, as the initial door situation, and that's what it was, that's why I'm completely thrown off, took way longer than the DM ever expected it to. I think it was like an hour and a half.
I I also got literally shat on. That was pretty horrible.
Did you?
Oh, that was a
Yeah.
crazy segment.
I don't remember. Wait,
Yeah.
hold up.
You might have erased it from your memory.
No, so the old man, because we were transferring the cursed necklace off the kid
Oh!
onto the old man.
Yes, I forgot. Let me get the one that before. I forgot that I forgot Prince Alice had a cursed ass necklace from one of the demons on him, and you guys went and lured an old man that had been a previous soldier or servant of the house. Oh no, he was the previous butler who took in Sud's job. They had taken this necklace, put it on him, and basically watched as he disintegrated or died by, well, exploding is a kind way to put it for what Sud got put through. I guess it was a form of exploding,
Yeah.
if you will.
That was the major cut you're probably forgetting from session.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't take that in my notes. I do remember it now, though. You rolled a track. I cut that out of my memory. Yeah, afterwards we cut to the next set. We cut to the 3 months of post-training with the party, once again gathering. However, unfortunately, James, having remembered suddenly, as we come back to session, that he had a letter he still had to go finish and write and send off. He won't be joining us today, as I said, as we return back to the year 65,006, the month of the planting, or April, on the 11th day, with the weather outside being rainy, cloudy, and somewhat 55 or somewhat close to 55 degrees. Go ahead.
When James says he has to leave and write a letter, I look at Bart and I raise an eyebrow. Now that we're not being supervised.
I'll make sure that the crew is watching James so he doesn't get kidnapped or, talked to again by, unworldly entities, like every time it happens when he's alone.
I will say, as James does kind of start to walk off, as you kind of look at him, Rollman, you do see the rough bloods kind of fall in behind him to follow
cool.
and sit with him.
Cool.
As you kind of take a breath as you realize, at least if he gets attacked, you'll have at least 3 warning screams before he's dead.
Good.
Well, we can go and do some things that are bothering the city.
Mr. Rollman, why don't we go handle this cultist shrine issue I heard about?
Oh, right, yes.
I think it's the best time with the Lord busy to go handle that before he has to deal with himself.
It's probably best we get rid of that now. Did I ever get a good look at the creatures? It was dark, right? So I didn't really get a look at the creatures in there.
And the only thing you knew because of your mercenary background is they were probably something similar to a carrion crawler, which are the creatures that many cities capture and leave in their like sewers to eat the dead bodies.
And it wasn't like there was one or two. It was like there was a
bunch
nest.
Of them.
Yeah. A nest. All right. Yeah. So from what I recall from down there, there's like a nest of creatures. I don't want to call them carrion crawlers, but they seemed to sound similar to it.
I'm sure we can lure them into a better spot to fight.
And they were seemed to fear divinity or something.
We won't have any of those around.
No. Just thought I'd mention in case, one of you may have encountered something like that.
No. The undead escape me as a natural sort of
yes, so the lack of blood.
Yes.
Well.
Please. Apparently you're the one that found it, so if you could lead us to the closest end.
Oh, yeah. I'll lead him to where we exited it.
Yeah. As you lot start to head out, heading down the castle's main courtyard through the garden, through the main gates, and kind of back down the rather large hill. There's a lot more stairs than any of you recall when you came here. the first time. Should manually for the first time actually go down the stairs. For some of you. But as you lot start to head into town, the town is still very much under repair. Thankfully, most of the rubble at this point has been removed. A few chunks here and there are still visible, but not many. And thankfully, almost all of the corpses have been either tossed or burned at this point. So there's not much, thankfully, left on the roads. Unfortunately, many of the buildings are still in really bad repair. Many of the scorch marks on the city streets are still there. And the occasional little bit of abyssal ghoul does seem to sneak out of the sewers, as you lot have kind of observed over the last 3 months. But as you lot kind of continue through the street, are you taking them, Roland, for reference to the exact place you were at, or are you just taking them to the first entry into the sewers?
I'm telling you the exact place I was at. So
Okay.
like I went in and came
Okay.
out.
Now, I, as a DM, would never do this to my players, but because I'm in a comical mood today, please give me an intelligence check to see if you remember exactly where it was.
Okay.
Or to see if you get the classic anime character lost in a city you're very familiar with, you know.
21.
Well, damn. All right. You know what? No funny today. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Roll remembers where he
Where
important
watched
events
James
happened.
nearly die.
And where he almost died as well.
That's true. That's true.
It's true.
The traumatic experience as he like sniffs the air, remembers the horrid scent coming from that inn. Kind of
I
starts
remember.
walking.
Oh
towards it,
yeah,
actually.
especially that fight. Roll
Oh.
remember that fight. That was pretty nasty.
Soot might be able to empathize with that.
To this day, Roman, you still feel
I
like
feel
you
like
can't
it's
get
worse.
the smell
Not gonna
off.
lie.
I don't know. But as Roman kind of takes you guys down towards the main road, heading towards the main gate exit, he kind of about 30 minutes in, kind of takes a right down one of the side roads that splits between two major businesses, taking you guys out onto a road filled with down to every end with blacksmiths and armor smiths of all sorts. As you guys kind of head across, you see where a massive inn what used to stand that has been completely leveled with all but the stables that have been mostly scorched and lit up. All but like the very base of the building where the stone or the cobblestones that were kind of laid really burnt away at this point. As so you kind of look around, there are still some arrows scattered about the ground that were shot at poor Ham and Rollman and James. As you kind of as Rollman takes you behind the inn and into the alley. Excuse me. Bartimaeus and Soot, give me spot checks as you as Rollman starts kind of taking you to this back spot.
Yeah. Sure. I totally have that as a skill. I don't have this as a skill.
Oh shit. Okay, well, you know, do your best. I believe in you.
24.
24. Okay.
16.
And I'll answer that in a minute, Bartimaeus. I see your question.
Okay.
As the two of you kind of keep your eyes open, Bartimaeus, I will say, yeah, it wouldn't be very. It would be the blood would be old. I don't know if that's going to matter because it's going to be about 3 months old for the most part for the stuff you're going to find over here. But if you can still make do with that, then yeah, you can grab a vial of it.
Yep, I just need the blood as a focus. It doesn't
Okay.
have to do anything.
Perfect.
Because like, it's also like undead blood, so it's not going to be useful for like any kind of powerful ritual, but it will work for the blood resonance.
I will say, from the report you were told by James, and what Rollman probably would I assume would have filed away for this, would have mentioned that the abyssal ghouls were a amalgamation of corpses, not a individual creature. So
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to track them. I think the blood is just an amalgam of everyone's blood that was involved in the creation of the thing.
Well, it's not specifically tracking one creature. It's tracking the resonance of the creature's type.
Yep. Which is
So it's like
average, I think.
Let
me look.
baseline ghoul. I thought they were just undead.
Wait, no, it's an abyssal ghoul, is what they're called.
Yeah.
Let me look to make sure real quick. I have the. Oh no, they are undead. Okay,
They're
never
still
mind.
undead.
I
No.
thought, yep. Like they have extra planar, so I thought they were outsiders.
Spatial.
But yeah, as you kind of take a vial up, kind of putting it aside, the two of you do notice the heavy kind of foot traffic in the area, as well as the still really large chunk of ice that has been kind of pushed into the ground, almost like something like landed here heavily. As you look over and see Rollman seeing where he had seen James kind of last before the whole thing went off, and seeing how big the crater got. As you two kind of follow Rollman over towards the ice, you can. It's not perfectly clear, but the fogginess due to the excrement that's mixed in with the ice does still allow for you to kind of see through the thing and look down into the tunnel, although all you see truly is darkness down there.
The
Yeah,
most
thankfully
foul ice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's got poop in it.
As
I think
Roland
it's
points
his
to a
poop
sewer.
mostly.
Thankfully, it remains sealed from appearance. So yeah, there's some good thing in that, but I think we have to remove the seal if we wish to get in.
Roland's nose kind of crinkling at that, I imagine.
Oh, all right. Do our best.
All right, guys, lift with your legs.
Pull out my pickaxe.
I just cast haste on. Wait, if I grease the fucking thing, can it
So,
just get?
allow
shoved
me to clarify before Rollman's idea becomes contagious and people
Let's just
misunderstand.
pull it out.
It is a chunk of ice, but it is not a block of ice, so therefore it is ingrained into the ground.
Yeah,
No, we can pull it out.
I pull out my pickaxe, which, because of my proclivities, is a size large pickaxe.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
Nice.
just gonna get to work.
Yeah.
I
You
cast
watch.
haste on him.
Do you have profession minor? Okay, alright, good to know.
No, that's
Damn.
crazy.
Alright, then give me a strength check.
I'm very strong. That's what matters.
So the downside is, whereas someone with a profession minor would quickly realize to mine around the ice block and just tear it out this way, Soot is a butler.
So I'm mining, and if I realize it's gonna take way too long, I am gonna dig handholds into the ice and see if Rollman can do what he wanted to do.
I'm going to tell you right now, you do not need an intelligence check to realize that is a solid stone pipe he'd be pulling ice out of. He would have to be Hercules.
I'll say I don't know how strong this guy is. I just met this guy.
I mean, to be fair,
19
Rollman's famous, so good.
19 strength.
19. As you start kind of smacking at, and as you feel the haste magic kind of take over, as you speedily start working around, like Speedy Gonzalez kind of working around the ice, it cracks pretty quickly. Now, Soot, I imagine, would not have an issue with this given his background as much, but I still would say the baffling smell would still catch anyone off guard. So everyone give me a fortitude save as the ice starts to crack and the smell is unleashed.
Do I have a bonus from the fight?
No,
that I
because
had
this is
here?
3
No.
months of raw sewage that's been sitting
All
here.
right, cool.
It'd be one thing if it was still like just you going into a sewer. I'd give you that. So if you want to put that down for a note later.
Does it count as a poison?
Yes.
30.
30? Okay.
28.
Jesus.
It's the
32. Okay.
Look, guy, look. It's the
We're
brute
the-
squad.
That's so true.
Convoy.
Between the three of you, yeah, the smell, it's not, is by no means is it anything pleasant, but I mean it's no worse than any battlefield as you start working away at it. The sounds it makes every once in a while, where the ice cracks and then a belch pops and a piece of ice kind of moves up, a little disturbing. But beyond that, after about an hour, Soot manages to kind of crack through enough of it that the ice splits and starts to kind of push in. It still stinks in the pipe, but at the very least, none of you are overly bothered by it.
I'll say I repurpose earplugs I'm carrying into nose plugs. It'll work well.
I imagine that's how Bartimaeus reproduces. He's just going to shoot out another one.
A new Bartimaeus will appear.
Behold the mini me.
Yeah, it's like the
So-
like how Cell reproduce, or not Cell. The what are those called? The little like green people, Cybermen.
Cyberman.
Yeah, they shoot
Yeah.
eggs out of their. They can shoot eggs out of their mouth as well, or seeds out of their mouth to like hatch each other. So, yeah, okay, there you go. As Bartimaeus though, and the party kind of gather around, looking down at this horrifying hole. You can give me a listen check, or you can jump right in. Whoever wishes
Have
to
we got
go
any
first.
non-flammable light sources?
good.
Yeah.
Uh,
I got light.
Oh, okay. That works.
Any buffs you might want to provide to us in case we get jumped by a bunch of bug thingy-majigs?
I will roll
It
because
doesn't have
why not?
haste, so.
I
Yeah.
have
How long does haste last?
It lasts for about a minute, but I am constantly regenerating, so it just is indefinite.
Okay. Until a combat scenario, and then then actually it actually matters.
Yeah, then the economy matters.
Well, it actually goes 1 round per level, so you there you go.
do
1 minute.
22.
That's about almost 2 minutes for you. 22. Okay. For
What do you do?
listen.
Oh.
I want to make sure. As Bartimaeus and Roman kind of take a second, kind of start thinking, as going through the buffs and ideas of what to kind of prepare before going down, kind of leaning down Soot as you get closer to the pipe, and kind of plug your other ear now that your nose is plugged. You hear, and your eyes do water a little bit because it's not the fact the smell's bad. It's just the stench kind of rubbing against your eyes. It's like ammonia, basically, getting into. It's not pleasant. But you do hear the chittering of something moving about down below. With roughly that, you'd get roughly maybe 2 or 3 sources, but it sounds like maybe 200 legs.
Okay. I motion to the others not speaking. I hold up a 2 and then I hold up a 3. And I wave my hand saying it could be either.
Also,
I found
Yeah.
it.
and I grease up
The fuck?
roll. I grease up our arbors as well.
Ah. Alright.
I will add to this. I will pour my oil on me.
You're now a truly slippery boy.
I'm so slippery.
Roland gives a little
DR4.
electric slide to the side and it goes back.
Now then, it should help prevent some of the excrement from taking hold.
That's what you did this for, not any combat purposes?
Oh, also, it'll let you slip out of the grasp easier.
I hope they try to grab me. I hope they try.
I guess I can lead. Bartimaeus, your light source.
I just kind of wiggle my fingers and cast light.
You see a little red blood moon kind of appear right in front of you. It does glow, and it does give off enough light similar to light, but it is cast in almost a kind of a blood red coloration, which is kind of eerie, making the whole look even less inviting as you look down at Roland.
I jump in.
It also catches unnervingly on my teeth.
Oh yeah.
I was say, what object do you cast it on? What's glowing?
I'm pretty sure you can just have it like a little moat that follows you.
Oh, I think so. Let me check.
The target is object touched. Causes an object to glow like a torch.
So in this case, I assume Roland.
Rollman's
Armor,
sword,
perhaps.
His
Sword,
armor.
armor, something.
Yeah,
something like that.
His ears.
I'll give him to his sword so that he could point it at down a direction like a goddamn flashlight.
Yeah, touching the tip of his sword. Now you have a little light dick. That's crimson red, which
We'll
is
call the
even
sword
more.
that.
You know, it's.
You now look like a discount Sith.
Too late, lightsaber boy. Go.
I couldn't
Okay.
afford the rest of the blades, so they gave me the tip.
Just the tip is really good at cutting, not the rest.
I'm like, what's the rest of that? Oh, the sword. Like an actual sword? Yeah. Just put it on like an attachment. Oh, sorry.
I jump in.
It's ribbed.
Gotcha. Give me a jump check. It's room for your pleasure.
It's ribbed for better penetration.
Jumping, jump. Where's my jump?
This is the day that Rollman decides he's getting one of them Dirk daggers, the ones that are the corkscrew. Like when you stab someone, there's no way of healing it. It's like, oh yeah, sorry, you're just dead, dude. It's serrated, it's torn, it spins. You know, there's a weapon James can make.
Because of my level and as a dervish, I can just take 10 on a jump check at any time, and my jump modifier is where it's very clear I don't do jump very often.
No, it's more of a soot or ham, and most often was the jumper.
Mm-hmm.
Strong boy.
That is a 26.
26. Okay. Yeah, as you kind of jump up into the air, do a quick flip, and then sword first, dive down as it illuminates the hole. You ever seen one of those like when they do in the movies of someone like tossing a torch down a long hole and then it just disappears?
Oh.
Basically, as Roman hits the like narrowing of the pipe, kind of skinnying himself so he doesn't touch the walls as best he can, he goes straight through and disappears into complete darkness.
Well, I have a light source.
You do, but to them, that's not what they see.
Okay.
They see
Well-
that you just vanish into complete almost basically like a dark field at the very end of the pipe that seems to be impenetrable.
I cast light on Ring of Mind and on Soot's hat rack.
Okay.
Yep. And I go down next.
All right. Roman kind of stepping out of the way as quickly as possible as he moves, kind of getting his bearings.
Looking
as
for threats.
Soot comes down. As the light kind of glows, a second later, Bartimaeus, I assume crawling down behind, given his
I hate
girthier
to ask
size,
this.
is not jumping.
I was going to ask, does he even fit down the hole?
Well, okay, so
Medium-sized creature.
technically he's too wide. He would have been too wide before James blew up the fucking pipe. Now it'd be pretty hard for him to not be able to get down. It's the skinny part that he does struggle for a bit as you hear him kind of wiggling as he goes through or pushes through.
That's why I'm greased.
Yeah.
Technically, you can squeeze through areas up to a size smaller than you.
Yeah.
So, like,
But
His
it's
folds squish.
for 2 seconds, Bartimaeus has an hourglass figure. Then all the fat kind of rushes up to his chest for a minute, and then as he pulls out, it rushes all back to those normal places. Fucking Looney Tunes physics, you know.
I see any bugs.
Yeah, give me spot checks, everyone. As you look about.
I could waste your time, but the highest I can get is a 20.
You can still roll, man. You never know. You might crit and find something interesting. I do roll
18.
reward natural 20s, even if it's not a crit. Crit
17.
17 and 10, okay.
So how dare you get one higher than me?
screw you.
So, Bartimaeus, starting with you. First thing you notice is Roman described that there was a church here. Pews, a statue. It's just a cave with a couple of
Wow.
degenerated
what a shocker.
bodies.
It's all gone.
Some
Never
glowing
saw that
mushrooms
coming.
in the background. Although the tunnel that you had identified last time, Roman, where you had seen someone running down, is still there. And it does have an unlit torch hanging on the wall as you look over. Oh, Bartimaeus, you have dark vision. All right, never mind. That saves me a lot of trouble here. Okay, cool.
I just extinguished my light. It's like, wait a minute.
Going up the list from there, Rolaman, as you look about, noticing everything is gone. What does catch your attention is that as you look towards where the pews were sitting, you can still see the imprints of the wood, and or the wood seats, telling you that they've been moved recently. You don't notice any grind marks in the ground, which also tells you most likely when they were taken. They were taken like by either someone strong or multiple people at the same time. Though no
They actually
footprints seem
lifted
to
it
be
up.
shown. Yeah, basically lifted up all together as a team. Yep. Looking about as you kind of look around, you do notice on the ceiling 2 large centipede-like creatures kind of twitching as they look at you about 20 feet up above you, as they seem to kind of extend out their long humanoid arms that you recognize as some of the arms of some of the creature or individuals that fell down here with you when you had originally fallen down as part of the sewage. As the creatures seem to move about, the arms kind of dirty and bloody in coloration, that they otherwise do not seem to get closer to you, kind of keeping to the ceiling and just out of reach of what what looks to be your blade. Lastly, Soot. As you kind of look around, as Roland kind of looks up the ceiling, kind of noticing the creatures in the ceiling's hesitation to get any closer, as Roland kind of like moves his blade towards them, they seem to cower slightly away from him. Kind of seemingly the creature's tracking all 3 of you, which kind of catches your eye. But what you notice as you walk over towards the tunnel that seems to lead out of here, you recognize a strange-looking symbol that you've never really seen before. And let me pull up my notes for it. All right, where are you at, Bartimaeus? I need our private chats because I know I PM'd it to you for Floor Snap.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I was expecting. No.
It's time to complete a quest that Sunday's supposed to do. You guys ready?
Yep.
All right.
This might be a Tuesday one, which I think is worth.
No, I
Nope.
think it's both.
It's all
'Cause-
three, because this is just something that's happening that you guys could choose to deal with or just let happen. That is always your choice.
World Quest. All right.
Yep,
A
correct.
world quest.
I did not mention it. All right, cool. So that saves me some time. As you see this strange symbol that, while you kind of stare at it, doesn't make sense to your mind for some reason. So it's every time you try to focus harder, it becomes less coherent as a symbol. But what you do feel in your mind is a strange word of death to a war and war to death, or as it also translates in common, Orcusai. And yes, I will spell that in the chat for you.
Good. This will be the very beginning of Soot's notes of shit we have to keep in mind.
A new corport has been born.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
This
but
one's a little more
is
focused.
Well, no, it's gonna be less focused because it's just gonna be world issues because it's political issues instead of
That's
just Morin
Yeah.
issues.
Hey, yes, James, you remember that one cleric we spoke with? Yes, that's why he's wearing that symbol trying and wants to kill us. Hey,
No,
you see
Yeah,
the
I
corkboard?
know it for what. Like, well, my notes from this session and this day.
Yeah. As you kind of look at this, the symbol, though, I will say, you do recognize somewhat similar to the very commonly followed god by many wandering clerics, given the fact of your and Bartimaeus' backstories. You would have probably ran into someone with this symbol, El Ugbo symbolism. Seeing a mixture of what looks to be. Every once in a while, as your mind focuses, you see blackened hands with bloodied fingertips that seem to kind of like change to a white coloration as you try to focus your mind more. And as you look away, it seems to become more almost clearer, kind of showing this corrupting and evil-looking version of El Ugbo's holy symbol.
Wow.
Whereas the world elsewhere knows it, what her actual holy symbol is.
Yep. Well, I think I know what cult we're dealing.
Is it related to Agbo?
Yes.
So I thought it's kind of what the statue and church here was too. I think, although it was
This-
not just death; it was death and war.
The symbols over there, I do not recommend looking at it. It makes your mind feel weird.
I look at him.
Bartimaeus,
He likes feeling weird.
You see something entirely different. You see one of the sigils of one of the other Blood Magnus orders. The symbol you recognize somewhat as one of the ones upon your item. I believe, and let me pull it up, I think it was the castle? Shoot, give me a second. Remind me what your item's called again.
Good question.
Hey, I feel better when the player
Item.
forgets too. It's your Blood Mage item for reference.
Yeah. Let's see.
No, take your time, no worries. I'm in no rush. My stomach's
Go
calmed
fish.
down. Yeah, you know. Some carrying crawlers going on above you and everything.
If one of them says "go fish," we're gonna have a problem.
Sanguine Tyrant's Crown.
Was that it? Okay, cool.
I don't have one of those. Go
I would
fish.
hope not.
I was like,
like-
oh.
One of those in my bag. Look at this.
Alright, let me see. Did I not put it where it was supposed to go? Or did I call it the Sanguine?
It's the sanguine.
Yep, that's why. Like sitting here in the S, I'm like, well, I don't see it there. Alright. Let me find it. You. Was it not this item? I thought you had like multiple symbols on it. What? Hold up. Is that it? Because I thought, did I not give you an item that had the other?
It's got slots for stuff, but it
Yeah.
it doesn't do much by itself.
Oh, my bad. I wrote those in my my own notes. That's why I didn't give it. I thought I put it on the item of what you were looking for the symbol. My apology. That's why you didn't know. I'm like sitting here like you should know this. Yeah. So okay, that explains. Yes, the first one you see is the symbol you see is the blood tower, which you would recognize from your rough understanding of the order to be those who use sacrificial magic of others.
Ah, the storm giant variety.
Yes. However, this symbol, as you would know, is the a recognition of the ancient order from when the blood mages would have been founded. From the rough history, without a check, from what you would be able to kind of glean. If you want to give me a knowledge history, I'm more than happy to give you more.
Well, that ain't a skill I've got. I've got knowledge arcana.
I'll
if
take that.
That helps. The history of the magic itself, maybe, but I
Sure.
don't get the order.
That's fair.
14.
James is our history guy, to be fair.
Yeah, I unfortunately did not have it as a class skill.
Oof. Let's see if
Got
you
a
can.
29.
29, not bad. Yes. So, there is a major difference between those the giants that practice the order of using the towers themselves and those who are the actual practitioners. There was once, from what you know, an ancient or multiple ancient orders. In your case, exactly there were five ancient orders to be exact, including your own. That once basically had different forms of using blood magic. Those who took to the idea of using the power of others as their kind of symbolism often were known to depict the blood tower as their kind of sigil of their nobility being above everyone else. Your own grove in this example, or your own group in this example, being recognized by the blood tree or the great grove, as you would know it. So as you kind of see this, you immediately recognize this. This could mean, as you kind of see this, this could be a storm giant or someone of the actual order itself that is helping out the El Ugbo followers, or potentially attacking them, depending on your perspective here.
Where is the symbol in relation to like their holy bits and bobs? Does it seem like it's like reinforcing potentially like a spell circle of some kind, or?
It is by the doorway to the tunnel exiting, and it is the same place where Soot points that he sees the symbol of the Orcusai, or El Ugbo, rather.
Right, I meant like if
Oh, in relevance to where the rest of the okay, got you. There does not look to be, first off, any other holy indications amongst the room of El Ugbo. As I mentioned, the church seems to have been completely disassembled and taken out, including the statues and everything. From the design where it's at, and based on the knowledge arcana, there's a chance this is a glyph. It could also be a marking as you look at it. It does not seem to have any innate hostile or dangerous magic to you. However, I will say that it does have an illusionary effect from as you kind of take a look at it.
Gotcha. You know what? I'll study the. I've got detect magic. I'll study the illusory spell or effect that's put on it. Is it just to like people that aren't initiated in the mysteries like get bamboozled by it?
No, as you look at it, it is actually a somewhat of a higher ranked version of minor illusion. Yes, I know major illusion exists. This is not it. This seems to be about one spell level higher than normal minor illusion, and as you kind of look at it, it seems that it's almost a set to be casting about this room, and it's always activated. Your guess, as you kind of take a look at it, is probably whoever comes here deactivates it. Kind of like how me and you would turn off a light switch when we leave a room. That, in a sense, as you kind of look at it, looks like this might be hiding things by being here.
Gotcha. Like reach out and attempt to magically activate it. So it deactivates.
Okay, give me a spellcraft check.
Spellcraft, where are you? 31.
31. As you kind of reach your hand out to it and Soot kind of watches you move your hand, the symbols start to change and adjust. The Orcusai symbol seems to vanish, and both Soot and Bartimaeus, you see it suddenly changes to the red crimson tree of Bartimaeus' own grove. Of course, Soot not knowing who these people are, I assume. But seeing the symbol kind of shift, you suddenly notice, Rollman, where you're standing, the pews suddenly reappear like an inch in front of you as you were about to step into one, and the statue off to the side has reappeared, as well as you look about, there are corpses everywhere on these pews, kind of set about in chopped up pieces. Each one seems to have a combination of two individuals, one of each gender and each of a different species, and they're each seemingly set together. So, like the heads are set together, the left arms are set together, the right arms are, and so on and so forth. As you suddenly look down, and the carrion crawler creatures above suddenly start to move a little bit more aggressively. They're not coming after you yet, Rollman, but you do watch as they seem to be getting closer to you as they kind of circle around where these body pieces or body parts are kind of laying on the pews.
Did you change? What did you do?
Appears that there may be some blood-related magic. Don't know if they're working necessarily with Elagba or if they have their own agenda here, but some members of the Tower, as we like to call them, the Storm Giant, but this one's seems a bit older in pedigree. In any case, he installed a magic symbol that casts an illusion over the room to make it look as it did when we entered.
Must have
Turned it off.
turned off in the explosion or something.
When he mentions the blood magic of Stormage, I will look at Bartimaeus and be like, didn't we have someone just last week that showed up as part of that same group? Trying to get a job?
Indeed we did.
I will say, as you guys look over towards the hallway going down, Bartimaeus and Soot, as Roland, I imagine, is still keeping his eyes on these carrion crawlers. They're kind of starting to circle a little more aggressively on the ceiling, watching him. You both those do see down the hallway 3 other individuals that Ham would have recognized, unfortunately, because I was about to say Soot, you recognize. I was like, wait a minute. But you do see 3 looking almost druid-like dwarves with bright white beards kind of laying caught up in a very unique, almost each of them in a circle on the ground itself. Their blood and organs kind of splayed out with a 7-sided star kind of set aside. Each of them having their staff of winter kind of still standing next to the arm of the corpse, which seems to be holding it almost completely straight up in an eerie fashion down this hallway.
Oh, circle.
Yeah, this whole thing reeks of like a ritual of some kind.
Well, let's tear it down then, shall we?
One moment. Sometimes tearing a spell circle has a rebound effect.
What are you talking about? I'll look briefly to see what they're talking about.
The Gary
I just, like-
seem to look over as well.
I like point out, like, or just in the room itself, like where it's like very like because everything in this room seems very deliberate. You know, we've got halves of people like stuck together.
Yes.
We've got it like geometric patterns of shit like set up. It's like it's very clearly like a ritual of some kind. I don't think
Monsters that are only guarding where the bodies are set.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In reference to the 7-sided star with the dead mages and ice
The
staves, would I recognize that at least because I was, during
Yes.
the fight, the battle, and whatever.
Yeah, you did. You
There's other
walked
ones
over
like
with Ham when Ham was showing it to James because
Yeah.
if I remember right, you guys went over and then Ham disabled it and then everything
Yeah,
went
and
to
it
shit.
did the rebound effect to all of them, I presume.
Yes, correct. Because that's when you felt the whole city start suddenly fucking rumbling across. And as you look over at the 3 spell circles in the hallway from each different corpse, they look similarly. The circles look similarly designed. However, the 7-sided star is something different. As you kind of notice that the previous ones that you had seen only had. Give me a second as I quickly count 5 points.
Okay. Those are somewhat similar to the ones from the spell circles during the siege, but still different, so I would be cautious with it.
Naturally. Yeah, I get the impression that this is mostly probably like too unique for me to just offhand know it.
Oh, you can try and roll for it if you want to roll knowledge arcana.
Well, what I was gonna like, I'm fully willing, but I also wanted to like investigate, like much like a mechanic actually like, going through the anatomy of the machine and trying to glean its purpose, even if like I don't know the ritual right offhand.
Yeah, I'll take a gather information for that.
I was thinking spellcraft because it's the actual like knowledge of how the spells work. Maybe
Sure, I'll take spellcraft. That works for me.
sweet.
Listen, the mechanic
This
thing,
guy's
in my
spellcrafting.
experience, it's always gather information, because 90% of the problem with the car, you can always find out from the dude's girlfriend. Not saying women are bad drivers, that is not what I'm meaning. I'm saying women are better at identifying issues because they make the sounds for you. And it's a lot easier to suddenly tell.
It was like a boom, boom.
Yeah,
Bang.
it's like, and you said this happened at the stop when you hit the brake. Oh, okay, I know exactly where to start. It's like, cool.
Bartimaeus is interviewing the carrying crawlers, I see.
Exactly. Yeah,
Oh my
talk
God.
to them real quick.
36.
36, and that's for the Knowledge Arcana or for the Spellcraft?
That is for the spellcraft. Let me get the knowledge arcana real fast.
Yeah.
Knowledge arcana is 34.
Oh, wow. Well, you almost you literally missed the DC by 1. I'm not gonna lie, that's actually fucking impressive. So basically the idea of the spell. You don't know the name as it escapes you. But as you kind of start to walk around, you do notice that the spell circles are designed. The ones in the hallway seem to be designed to summon something. As you kind of take a second, kind of look down at them, take a smell of the blood, testing how old it is and such, and looking at the mana veins of the creatures that have been kind of used in display. You'd guess the individuals being summoned to be equivalent of CR 15 to 20-ish, basically, for mechanic-wise, to kind of explain that. They're too small to be a creature bigger than probably large, maybe on the small side of huge, from what you can tell. And they definitely have to be close from the magic. No more than maybe 400 or 500 feet, maybe a mile or two at the best case. I mean, it's a little bit hard to tell because the amount of gore here, and how it's kind of messy looking. It doesn't look like as clean, I will say. Almost like it was rushed as you kind of investigated through it.
Gotcha. Does it seem closer to planar binding?
No. I would say this would be closer to the spell Gateway, would probably be your best bet.
Oh, like a very low, because I don't think Gate
Gate, yeah,
has
teleport. Yeah,
Gate, is
Break their
ninth.
ninth level spell.
it is a 9th level spell, but it's as far as it goes. It's basically, so the idea
It's
is
a
what you're
scaled
feeling.
down version of.
Much. Yeah, it's only for one person, and from what you can tell, it's only one use. So it's not going to be like a repeating spell effect. Once this thing goes off, it's done.
That's usually what planar binding is.
That's true. But there's a reason I had to use that spell specifically, and why I mentioned Gate specifically.
Got it.
The other thing, as you start to kind of investigate the church, and where kind of Roman's watching the carrying crawlers, still kind of keeping his blade aimed at them, you do recognize this spell. There's 2 spells that go on here, because you did meet the DC for both these for the Knowledge Arcana. The first is basically called a Blood Disguise spell. Again, each school or each organization have their own name for the same spell, so reference or for your own understanding, you're going to have a little bit of variation to the names here, but from what you can tell, this seems to be a spell that allows, one of them seems to be allowing you to completely disguise yourself as that individual perfectly. And yes, I'll save you the time in asking. You do recognize the unfortunate blood magus figure, we'll call it air quotes, amongst the corpses here. Secondly, the other spell you notice is a buffing spell of some sort that seems to be a permanent effect. It steals the skills, or a specific skill bonus from those offered. In this case, you're not sure what skill it could have been because of the fact that would be very, like, you'd have to have rolled a little bit higher, I feel, on the spellcraft. But I'll give you that you're pretty, almost confident based on the materials used of the corpses, seeing as all of their tongues and fingers are missing, that it is most likely some sort of bluff, intimidate, or diplomacy skill bonus.
Got it. You know what? We're gonna try a fun one. I go up to the blood mage, the unfortunate quote unquote blood mage's corpse. We're gonna do a quick blood biography.
Okay.
Because if it does perfectly transform somebody into them, then it should be able to track them.
Yep. Remind me how far you can track them?
If I'm on the same plane.
Oh, well, that works perfectly. Cool. Yeah. If you want, and is it a roll on my end or in your end for that?
It's just a roll on my end.
Okay, that's good.
And then it just roll for the information I get from it.
Perfect. Let's see what you got. Oh, yes, because this is the one that gives you, like, the deity stuff and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is funny, because you already kind of got that information on the person, which also tells you something. 37.
So I get everything.
Yeah, two things. Firstly, it does track the same person. And here I'm gonna pull up the spell so I go through your list exactly so I don't miss anything. Because I did remember last time I accidentally gave you the wrong thing. Because I gave you just like, oh yeah, so here's the god they're exactly tied to. It's not. Oh, what are they divine tied? Here let me pull up your spells list. There we go. Perfect. I need to bookmark this for later. All right. As you take a second and look, you do learn that one of the targets is not alive, which does kind of cause your spell to go a little wonky at first, because you do. It does confirm that the individual in front of you is dead, but they're not. Is the
Right.
kindest way I can put it, which does
Is it-
confirm your thought.
Yeah, because it'll track the next one because it is technically the same.
It is which confirms that they are basically a perfect, exact replica from magically wise. So, as you confirm, the general state of their health. Well, one's dead.
You don't say.
The other, as you recognize, seems to be in a state of arousal currently and very healthy.
Oh no, I don't like that.
Let's see.
Search the brothels.
Type and subtype. So subtype evil. Main type native outsider.
Oh, he's just a straight up demon.
No. Can confirm that would have felt different, and I would have specified for that. But
I
as
meant,
close
like,
to a
you know.
demon as you can get, yes. Current location? Well, one's right in front of you. The other you recognize is in Dragon's Crown currently. Which is, for your own reference,
far
roughly
away.
about a year. I wouldn't say a year, but near a year's probably travel from where you're at. And that's by airship. That's not by foot.
We can't get there, so we're on a different continent. I think. Or no, we're not.
No, it's
Never
on the
mind.
same continent. Yeah, no,
Never mind.
yeah, you're good.
Bye.
You're good. As Roman just starts like pulling out some of his soup rations he grabbed from the kitchen before leaving.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good, dude. You're fine to eat. I'm not bothered at all. I just thought it was funny.
Right in front of Bartimaeus, really?
No,
I'm
it's-
starving over here.
Right in front of all the corpses and the horrible gore going on. And that's more. It's like, really, you can eat. Let's see. Strength relative to yours. The individual is roughly slightly stronger than you, Bartimaeus. By game mechanic wise, 1 to 3 levels roughly is what you gather.
Gotcha.
They do not have a deific connection, can confirm. Well, one of them does, the dead one in front of you does, but the one that you met does not. Which does confirm you that, yes, that person was replicating that when you were checking them out. And the last thing is their primary class, yes, is not Blood Magus. Fun fact. Let me pull up my notes for this again. There we go, there's my notebook. Alright. The person is a Shadowcaster.
Well, shit. That ain't great.
As you see Bartimaeus' eyes kind of return back kind of from being rolled over and glimmering red from the magic kind of taking effect.
What a scene.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, don't forget. What does he have any special big blast attack?
Is that one of your things? Oh, one of its most dangerous attacks. No, I don't have a big blast attack. I don't have I have a scary magic items and stuff like that, but nothing that
Is his biggest
attacks
attack
you.
a punch?
Still counts.
No, I got nothing that attacks you. All my shit's buffing things and debuffings.
I think that'd be a punch would be your strongest attack.
Oh no, actually, yes. The individual's pearl necklace, the blackened pearls are pearls of around 5th level spells. Each are individually different. What they are, you have no idea, but they do come off as 5th level attacking spells.
Gotcha. I just get a weird running commentary in a monotone voice.
I see bacon and arousal. Me too.
Huh. We can set a brothel trap.
If I had to make an educated guess, I imagine this is more of a clandestine individual. Seems that he may be working with him, but either I don't. To my knowledge, blood magic and shadowmancy do not intersect. At least not any way I've seen of them. So it's
Well, this-
likely someone else is casting it for him.
Yes, this disguising spell.
Quite.
So this ritual's already been completed. That's what you think we're gathering here.
Oh, I did. Did I clock anything from like the 2x2 fucked up Noah's Ark?
So that spell has been used fully. These are basically the leftover materials, just they didn't clean up them.
Okay.
As far as like looking at them, they do all have the symbols. I will say Rollman, between you, Rollman, and Bart and Soot would be able to recognize. They do have the symbols of El Ugbo that Soot had mentioned earlier, with the like blackened hands and the bloody fingertips kind of going around a kite shield, around their like torsos. But yeah, this spell, these two spells have already been fully used. These are just remaining components that didn't burn away. The ones in the hallways have not yet been activated, from what you can tell.
So something has been summoned, and based on, I assume you described everything that has been told to you by the base. I'm just kind of thinking out loud. Something was summoned, and a discussion was had of some kind. Do you think this summoned creature is this person parading as our deceased?
To clarify, Roland,
Thing here.
something he did, Barnabas did comment, say he did mention it. The spells in the hallway have not been used yet, so they have not summoned anything as of yet.
Oh,
So there's
the summon
something.
spell hasn't gone out.
Something came here, basically did, what Barnabas is suggesting is someone came here, or two people came here, attacked these people, used them as a sacrifice to set up the like disguise and like the skill bonus, and then the Blood Mage set up the teleportation, or gateway spells, basically, to bring something here later.
So
We could
if
bring
we-
him here, maybe. That means them.
Well, if we clean up now, we mess with whatever he wanted to do here later,
Mhm.
which is for the.
The carrion crawlers kind of continue to watch you lot, still staying out of smacking distance.
How high are they on the ceiling?
20 feet above you, and they are staying at least 10 feet from any of you.
I look at the others. You want me to kill him? I can reach him. We can reach him.
Are we sure that's a fight, seeing as the spell's already spent, and the only spells that might have any value are the ones in the hallway far away from us? I don't see an issue in fighting here. Do you disagree, Resident Mage?
No, they're intelligent to a degree, but as far as actually activating magic, I would doubt it.
Well,
So, in the immortal words of a very profligate man, fuck him up.
it's killing time. So how many are those? 2 or 3 of them?
2.
2.
Take off my glasses. I throw my
I
hair
cast grease on the ceiling.
and I. Oh, okay. I
Clip.
was gonna get bigger, but that worked.
Make them slip.
Give me a second. I didn't actually expect you guys to fight these things, so I didn't have anything written for this.
Hey, you know,
You keep mentioning them.
Yes.
You don't want to do that, Lev. I don't have to monkey out yet. I'm down.
Yeah. Are you just gonna poke them on the ceiling by being larger?
I was gonna get bigger because I have a 20-foot reach in that form. I was gonna
Yeah,
start
yeah,
poking at.
They just fall off. This is like
What? Oh my god. Alright, go ahead and roll me some initiative, gentlemen. Let's do
Initiative time.
Behold my initiative.
19, not bad.
That is pretty good. You
Yeah,
just
I
roll-
go last. It doesn't matter.
Let's say, I think, you know,
Yeah,
it's great.
you will be going last, probably, man.
I
Just
get
saying.
absolutely cucked. My God.
Yeah. I'm sorry, buddy. Oh! Nice, Rollman. Really gotta add
A humble 28.
that. You know,
Here, just to make myself feel better, I'm gonna roll for James real fast.
Damn.
Yeah, I beat James.
He doesn't have a terrible initiative. I think he has some
oh,
bonuses.
he has
not just a
more.
straight
He
D20.
spellcasts for a lot of his big bonus. Keep that in mind. So what you see on his character sheet may not be his full bonus.
Let me have this, damn it.
Hey, man. I mean, I don't want to insult you. I don't know how bad he rolled. So, all right, though. Let's see. As Bartimaeus takes up the rear, as per usual, it is quite a large rear, to be fair.
The largest.
Some would say. With the initiative round 1, the carrion crawlers kind of slightly still at 10 feet out of range to either side of the party, trying to stay away from being hit. 20 feet up above you guys, as you look up at the creatures kind of staring down at you. They are, to note, huge in size and seem to be quite elongated with strange little arms and feet kind of sticking out of them. But with that, top of the initiative, Rollman. You are
Question.
up, my friend.
With the grease on the ceiling, do they slip off?
I did not let him cast the grease.
Oh.
He can do it on his turn. It was
But
a
then it's
good-
just gonna be his turn.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
What's
Well,
new?
I can't hit them.
Oh, pretty puppy. You're not gonna
Let's see.
touch me. I don't want to be like. I'm not trying to be bit or hit.
Well, I want to hit them, so stand action. I'm going to do fly for my armor. I'm gonna be flying.
You know, last time that you did that, I almost killed your party.
I was at the
The hags.
yes, because they had magic death sticks. I don't think these have magic death sticks.
I'd be shocked.
Suddenly
Truly.
turns over. There's 100 magic death sticks.
Oh no!
Oh my God.
Rolling gets turned into machine gun putty.
I hereby leave and never look back.
We won't speak of what Roman died that day, just that he died a hero. But no, go ahead, Roman, as you fly into the
Yep.
air.
So there, I'm flying now. Swift action. I'm going to go into a punishing stance. So -2 AC plus d6 of damage on attack rolls.
Oh no.
Punish them,
And-
you dirty boy.
Well, I
I
only
mean,
got
he is
one more
oily.
action left.
He's oily and greased up, remember that, so.
Do I do more buff?
He's thinking.
I am thinking.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. I'm just gonna fall on you anyway, so, you know.
Yeah, that's kind of mean.
Yeah. Well, I'd fall on Bartimaeus, but I'm gonna be honest, as a carrion crawler, I don't think I can eat someone of his size. I mean, he definitely looks like he's carrying at this point, but he's definitely not the right, you know, he's a little big for me. We'll call him Possum here in a minute.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fly up
Okay.
10 feet.
Alright. Get within striking distance.
Yes.
Alright. As Roman flutters into the air, his armor growing beautiful, gorgeous silver wings that seem to glitter as he. That could also be the amount of grease and oil he's covered in, like an Italian after a fucking birthday party. He is all ready to go. But as you head up, the carrion crawler kind of seems to hiss and almost swat towards you, but otherwise kind of watches with wariness as you end your turn. Soot, you are up, buddy boy.
They're high up.
Definitely are
So I'm
high.
I'm gonna speak their language. I become a monkey.
Monkey. This
Wait, I
guy's
don't-
roiding out.
I'm an aberration. I'm not a magical beast. Wait, hold up. No. We have a
Wait,
translation
I'm
issue.
gonna-
He's gonna turn you into. I don't know.
I'm about to beat your ass with a 20-foot long stick.
I think we're having a communication error, sir.
I'm hitting you.
No.
Don't forget
Okay.
you got haste.
You do have haste.
No, you are hasted. That's fun.
No,
Well,
haste
don't
at
worry.
3.5 is nowhere near as exciting. Just be aware.
Yeah, but it's something.
Hit 1 is a 40 to hit.
Oh, wait, are you jumping up in the air to kit me, or are you just tall enough? Wait, hold up.
I have a big enough reach,
They have
motherfucker.
a spear.
You're getting got.
Is your transformation a free action? Or an immediate action, or swift action, or curiosity? Or is it an action?
It's standard, but I'm not moving.
Ah.
Getting hit once.
Yeah, it's one
Okay.
big poke.
Making sure, I was like sitting here, I'm like, oh, you know, I'm not gonna take these hits. Alright,
The attack per round is also only on a full attack, unfortunately.
that's true. Go ahead and come at me.
Do
See
the
what you-
damage.
Let's see what you got, giant monkey man. Can you poke me hard enough to crack my shell?
Yeah, that'll be 40 damage.
Oh, fuck! Wait, what was your to hit?
40.
40.
40.
40 to hit?
42.
Oh, 42
Yeah.
to hit? Oh, fuck. Jesus Christ.
That's
Okay.
kind of the number he said, yeah.
Woo. Okay. Yeah, 40 damage. Okay. Hmm.
I just slammed this, as Bart keeps calling it, this hat rack into your fucking shell.
Poke.
You cracked my trap card, motherfucker. Oh, actually, no, you're not underneath me, because... Oh, okay. Well, fuck. No.
I'm over here, motherfucker.
Yeah, he's got a big stick.
He's in another zip code.
Looking at something here real quick. Okay. As the blood from the creature kind of drips down, I will mention Bartimaeus and Soot, you both do clock. The ground where the blood seems to hit starts to turn to a like mushy liquid before it starts to grow out strange little plants like mushrooms.
Oh,
Acid
interesting.
mushroom blood?
Well, I'm gonna stay here because I'm gonna make them hit me before they can hit Bartimaeus.
That's fair.
So
Stick ready, aiming at it like a caveman, glaring at the creature.
I'm glad I'm no longer under them.
Right. Alright, well, that ends Soot's turn. Giant ape in town, as he pokes the crap out of this poor bug. Like a middle schooler bored in class who's found an ant to play with.
I'm the threat, motherfucker. Come here.
The first crawler is up, and he is looking at Rollaman and is going to move towards Rollaman and get right above him.
Above me, you say? That's not nice.
And then I'm going to do, since it doesn't technically specify what I'm going to call a release action, which is a free action, where I'm just going to stop holding onto the ceiling, and I'm going to drop onto you and grapple you. So...
I'm being grappled.
Yeah, we're doing this.
What bonus do I have from being greased up? Bartimaeus? Plus 10? Okay.
Yeah,
is it really? Hold up.
Yeah,
No way. 3.5.
it's a plus 10. I shit
Oh,
you
wait.
not.
If that's your grapple, I'm gonna grapple the fuck out of you on my turn.
Arthur Edgar, Grace Speed, DC with 10 balance. Can be created.
I got a 37.
Oh, it is a plus 10 circumstance bonus. You motherfucker. You aren't kidding.
I mean, even with the plus 10 you have, I have a base plus
I know.
18, so...
Hey, I rolled like shit. Alright, listen.
Look, I need to get my payback from when you outrolled me when I had a better roll with the Abyssal Ghouls, okay?
As you dodge out of the way as the crawler grows falling to the ground,
Does this trigger an attack opportunity for me? No, it's
no, because I'm
forced,
still
so-
within your squares. You like I haven't left your attacking square because I'm
Yes,
no, I don't.
it's not a leave. It's if you travel through any of the threatened squares.
Technically, I'd say falling is not willing movement.
Yeah,
So
Also, you don't
I
get
think it's
attack
a
of
no.
opportunity on falling creatures, anyways. Yeah, because falling is I think it's one of the few. I think it's that, and there's one more that I think you cannot hit with.
It's whenever it's forced movement. You have to like.
Well, I know.
Technically forced movement.
I
He
think
did it
it's
on
like
purpose,
petrified
technically.
is the other one because if you get moved while you're a statue, that's you can't.
No, if
technically
you
be
get
hit.
moved at all when you
Yeah.
didn't want it to happen, you do not have trigger opportunity attacks.
Might be.
False. Bull rush.
Yeah, but,
all right. Yes.
That's specific mentioned though.
Yeah.
and since I'm huge, by the way, I'm gonna lean up and smack Rollman around a little bit.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we're gonna have to attack opportunity anyway.
Yep, don't
Did
worry.
it move already?
But I still have an
No.
attack.
It followed.
you grabbed
No, I moved above. No, he's right. I moved right above
Oh.
you and then let go. Letting go is a free action. Oh no,
Yeah,
the grapple is
the
an
grapple
action.
attempt.
Never mind. You're right. Yes,
Yes.
my apologies.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, all that tracks is like, but it had to move, and then
Yep,
the grapple.
The
was
grapple.
not-
I forgot the grapple. Yep. No, you're right. 100%. You're good. As the creature leans up on its hind legs, its huge underbelly showing an amalgamation of different body parts. You see faces, heads, arms, legs, kind of all stitched together in this horrifying carcass with a shell that, as you look at now, you recognize is skin. It looks to be the stretched skin of creatures this creature has probably made into a victim.
Question: Did it take damage from falling 20 feet?
It did not.
Okay.
Let me double check to see if I do not have that feat. Let me roll for that. What's my tumble check?
Take your 2d6.
Hey, you know what my tumble check is? Because I have so many fucking. Oh, of course, then I get the nat 20.
20. Let's go.
Yeah, it turns out, by the way, when you
He's
have a
got a
lot
lot
of
of legs, so-
legs and arms to catch yourself, it's really easy to fall on your feet.
Motherfucker does an acrobatic
Mhm.
flourish on the way down.
Well, no, it's not. I'm just catching myself when I hit the ground. That's it, so that I can kind of stand back up.
Now, the real question is, do they have good balance?
I don't need it. I have plenty of legs. I have a plus 15 to balance. I'm not too worried. The other crawler. Go ahead.
I'm going to hug you on my turn.
I hope so. The other crawler
so
is
threatening.
going to move forward and to get
You're gonna try and grapple me
right
too?
over over Soot. Since he stabbed me with a stick, and
You deserved it.
I'm gonna fall on you. I'm gonna eat you. I wanted to eat Bart because Bart looks like other things I would eat, but hey,
Try.
we're going. Hey, you know what? I got a +2 on top of my. Oh well, ignore that. I don't know what
Whoa.
that was. I was typing
It really
something else.
tried to roll it.
It did try. Hey, 18.
Grapple battle.
Yep.
Let's see. So between me having a +11 to strength,
Mm-hmm.
11 from that, I have a +26 to this roll.
Uh-huh.
Oh, 36. Sorry, because he greased me earlier.
Hey, you can still roll on that one, man.
It doesn't matter.
Check.
Yeah, it does for grapple.
No.
Grapple auto
No.
fails on a net 1, yeah.
Nope.
Yes, it does.
It's not technically an attack
Let me pull it up here. Ba-ba-ba.
because it's a strength check. It's not an attack, so it's fucking weird ass gray area.
Do-do-do. Let me see, because I could have sworn it says if you crit.
There's no crits with grapple.
Oh, let me look. It takes a second. There's a lot to read here. Grapple surprisingly has the longest bit of
It does have a lot
information.
of words.
Does.
I'm just making sure because if I
Sure.
come back to this later and I'm right, I'm gonna be pissed. So that's why I'm double checking. Ba-ba-bum. Okay, so okay, doesn't say anything specifically about it. I'll give you that. Fair enough. Still roll for it. You never know. Oh well, shit.
I got a 43. I did roll while you were checking.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Oh, it looked away. All right, yeah, you managed to toss me off to the side. I will do my tumble check. Yeah, easily.
I am looming over this creature.
Looming, I'm huge, mofo. Come at me.
Yeah, you're not about to be.
That's true. And that ends my turn, as I can't do anything else. Bartimaeus, my man, as you just watched your teammates get jumped by these crawlers, you've been left alone. Blessing and a curse.
Indeed.
Workers' magic for free.
Yeah, seeing how dexterous they are, Plan Grease does not seem to be a go. Because
I think
That
they can
doesn't-
catch themselves on the grease.
yeah, in a fucking major way. I was
Mhm.
like, yeah, that's a waste of time. So, how many of them are in a 30-foot radius of each other? Oh, is it only the two of them?
There's only two.
There's
There's
only
only
two
two.
that you've seen so far, yeah.
And I need to make absolutely certain, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that 30 foot does not include Soot or Rollerman.
No, it would. There's no way you
I'm
could put this
flying,
without hitting one
but-
of them. Yeah, Rollman is off the ground if it's a ground-based spell.
Yeah.
So you could aim it more towards his direction without having to hit Soot.
I can take it.
We can't heal it is the bigger issue.
I can take it.
Nope. So I'll aim it, where it doesn't hit, or where it would quote unquote hit Rollerman, like if it was
he was
based
on the
on the ground.
Okay.
Yeah, because it should be like basically a 5-foot plane.
Mm-hmm.
And just to not freak them the fuck out, I cast an invisible spell. So they don't see a giant fucking eye open up, behold the carrion crawlers, and deal damage to them.
I forgot you could get the meta magic for fucking invisible spells. That's smart.
Yeah,
If they have true sight, they see it though.
They do not.
yeah.
Okay.
That would be really cool. I'm not. These creatures aren't that cool. I am an amalgamation of a lot of low-ranked locals.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So give me, just a reflex save.
Fun
Fun fact, my tumble's amazing. My dex is not as good as you guys are thinking.
Oh, they just have a shit ton of ranks and tumble
Yeah.
for some fucking reason.
Tumble and balance and jump.
Oh,
Why?
well, you take full
Because-
damage.
Oh no.
Like,
Woo! Okay.
Behold, I
Behold.
deal a lot of damage, guys.
you rolled a lot of 2s and 1s. Holy fuck.
It is amazing how bad it was.
Hey, you
That is
know
way
what?
below average. Holy.
You may be upset, but you brought me down to literally 10 HP on one of these guys, so...
Yeah. The more upsetting thing I think is that the corpses and the pews and everything like start cracking and disintegrating.
Mm-hmm.
Vile damage can't get healed unless it's on consecrated ground.
You know, it's funny, because this is unconsecrated ground, specifically.
Nope, that don't count.
Nope.
Yeah, it's real bad. They can't fucking repair any of the damage I deal to this shit.
I will say, with the 28, the corpses also will not be able to succeed with that because of their due to their leftover HP. Yeah, the bodies are left with nothing except for the holy sigils. However, I'm actually kind of happy you did this, Bartimaeus. I appreciate you. Because as my holy sigils drop, that does activate my trap card, which we'll get to at the end of the initiative.
Well, I'd do it again.
Okay. Ah, shit. Wait, hold up.
Kill the bugs.
I don't want to do that again. Wait, no.
Dang it.
Oh
This is
my
a
god.
fingers.
Okay.
Wow. Oh,
Well,
that's a lot
that's a
better roll.
significant difference.
Woo! Well, the carrion crawler that Soot was fighting disintegrates, leaving nothing but a single orb of what looks to be a bloody, kind of crimson-like material, almost like a gemstone. The other, that Roman was fighting a moment ago, is down to single-digit health in one round. I had triple digits a moment ago.
Yeah.
Well, I would normally describe this epic and amazing spell, but to Soot and Roman, all you see is the crawler suddenly disintegrates as it locks eyes with something over towards Bartimaeus, not looking directly at Bartimaeus, but slightly in front of him, and seems to just, like the Avengers Affinity Wars, from the top down just starts disintegrating apart until a small gemstone kind of drops to the ground.
Oh, cool.
Hey.
I wish that was a side effect of the spell.
Bartimaeus looking at it, like, wondering. He looks down at his hand and thinks about the spell for a second as he ends his turn, I assume.
Yeah.
Alright, perfect. Alright, now we get to roll my thing. Everyone who can cast a spell, you can give me a Knowledge Arcana or a Spellcraft check, please.
I can't cast spells.
I know.
Well,
I feel like
good luck,
spellcraft probably is more helpful in this case because it identifies the spell.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I would like to know what's happening.
Oh, 35. Well,
Ooh.
Well, if only you had that for the other one, you would have got what that spell was.
Let's see. And what'd you get? Oh, so you don't cast him, right?
Nope, I do
All
not.
right.
Monkey.
Bartimaeus, you're the only one then. Yeah, as you sense a immense amount of magic, overwhelming necromancy and transmutation suddenly kind of envelop this room for a moment. As the mana kind of grows tenser, you see the spell circles down the hallway kind of starting to activate, just purely from the magical surge of energy in the room. And then, almost anticlimactically, nothing happens. As the room seems to go quiet, the spell circles in the hallway dissipate once more, going back to their visceral appearance rather than their glowing visceral appearance. And the creature, and the symbols seem to just slowly disintegrate.
does it seem like it didn't have enough fuel to, like, resurrect?
No. I can confirm that is not, you do not feel a resurrection kind of spell.
Oh, sorry, yeah, like reanimation, rather.
Neither that. To explain how it feels to you, rather, I would put it more as it feels like the magic seemed to dissipate into the air above you or into the room almost completely, and then dissipate out into the air around you, through the cracked sewage tunnel, is what I'm going to call it, a sewage tube, and as well down the hallway, seemingly dissipating completely. Your best guess based on that was a flare.
The dude, he's gonna come back.
Not necessarily
I
him.
think we're about to get swarmed.
That could be the case.
Are we still in initiative?
Yes, because
There's
one
still a guy
of the
left.
crawlers still up.
One skull.
I forgot that fucker's still alive. My
As
bad.
we go back
Don't
up to
worry,
the top
I
of the
think I'm
initiative.
gonna kill
Yep.
him.
No, yeah. No worries. But yeah, so as far as it goes, as the spell kind of takes effect, Rollman, you're up next as Bartimaeus ends its turn as we back up to the top of the initiative, seeing I assume the little bit of worry in Bartimaeus' face suddenly.
What the hell was that? As I'm gonna stab. Stab time.
Believe it's summoning reinforcements. Not in the literal sense, more of they're coming here.
Okay. I'm gonna stab this creature
Sounds
now.
good. Yeah.
I have the high ground, right?
Yes,
Cool. That's a +1, I think.
I believe so.
Very, very rare that I get to
Either
use
+1 or
that.
+2.
+1.
That sounds about right.
Just that. Yeah. Hi-yah. 39.
You
Hit
know, not that
Is that a
surprisingly does hit.
Just 17. I don't have
Yeah,
improved critical yet. So sad.
No, not yet. There's a
Not
class
yet.
up to +2. I think it's called Cragtop Archer. It's not a good class.
Mhm.
The
Let's
links
see.
you have to go for a +1 crit range is obscene,
Tell me
but
about
for
it.
good reason.
I have an NPC who has a crit range that goes all the way down to 13. But the
Yeah,
class
that
build
is possible.
sucks. Like, I can't do anything but crit, so.
That's
Ooh.
bad damage. Well, 31 damage.
Oh, yeah. As
Is it
Rollman turns, kind of seeing the worry in Bart's face as he slashes his blade and cuts through the creature completely in half, as another, seemingly one of these blood gemstones seems to drop to the ground as the creature disintegrates.
Alright. Well, I still have an action. A swift action. Reinforcements coming, huh? Well, that's cool.
All right.
I will move to the tunnel.
Okay. Where the spell circles are still down there?
I'm not going to go over the spell circles,
No, I
but
know,
I'm
but
going
you're
to
walking
be
over
like,
there.
you
Okay.
know,
Or flying
yes,
over there. Okay.
flying.
As Rollman heads over there, we'll head out. We exit initiative for the time being. Go ahead, Bart.
Oh, did because they went off, right? So like they're inert now, or does
Correct.
it seem like they're still active?
Oh, no. To make very clear, the summoning circles just seem to be seem to have absorbed a little bit of the magic. They were not activating.
Okay.
There was a magical surge in the room, and so the spells responded to it basically.
Got it.
Mhm.
So they still can fuck us up. Okay.
Yes, at least for right now, it is not active and not summoning anybody.
Yes. Well, I would deactivate them, but that also seems like a possible method of helping us out because we just, put the enemy between the other enemy and see them fight each other.
Sure.
Actually, or I could buff them or do something else bad.
Yep. Anyway, it's a last resort. So I cast Silence on Rolliman.
I am silent.
All right. Roll
So it's a little, 20-foot area around him that is utterly silent.
Rollman, you're a mute suddenly.
That's okay.
Large monkey will be the bait.
Large monkey prepares himself with spear.
Monkey stab.
I also start greasing the hallway.
Okay. All right. As you guys kind of start getting yourselves ready, moving in position, Roman standing in the hall or standing at the entrance to the hallway, watching, for anybody coming that way, or the circles to activate. Bartimaeus tossing some grease down, as the grease seems to, at this point, more just exude from his palms freely without him having to really say anything, as he just waves his hand and it shoots out.
It's made partially from my sweat. That's why it's so potent.
Glad I don't hear that.
No, you do not, as he says this into the silent void beside you. Thankfully, it also keeps you from hearing the nastiness of the sound of the grease kind of colliding with the ground. Good.
I nod and say sagely, yes, that's a good tactic. Or as everyone else hears, ooh ah, ooh ooh ah.
I hear nothing.
You too, buddy. I appreciate your impact.
As you guys get ready, kind of prepping yourself, the weapons in hand, watching. Give me a listen and a spot check.
Okay, can I just forego the listen check?
Yes, you can.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Just asking.
Okay. Always a choice to not choose to roll.
He's listening
he
to nothing.
literally can't.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
I
in
know.
silence. That's
Oh, I know.
why I said that. 21 spot though.
Not
There
bad.
you go.
No, works. Okay.
Are both yours just D20s, bro?
Yes.
He's a mage.
You have a wisdom of 10?
I don't get it. They don't get it as a class skill, dude. But also that, yes.
21 listen, 18 spot. Could have been better.
As Rollman and Bartimaeus, as you watch down the hallway, a few minutes go by and nothing really nothing seems to happen. As you kind of continue to stare expectingly, eventually you start to kind of wonder as you look down the hallway if anything's going to come, as the seemingly no sound, no sights, no smells, no nothing. No one to step in the horrific grease of Bartimaeus. However, Soot, as you hear from above you the sounds of clanking feet, you'd guess 20, maybe 30, sounds like almost like a full platoon of soldiers, seem to have arrived above the sewer entrance. Though at this point, and the angle they're standing at, you cannot see them.
And I just elbow Bartimaeus and I point up.
DM, I am sorry for this.
You're good.
I cast Fog Cloud.
It could not be enemies. Don't just
Hold up. Let me check Fog Cloud for a second. If this is what I think you're gonna, if you're doing what I think you're gonna do, this is funny as shit.
if grease is your sweat, I don't want to know what fog
No,
cloud is.
that's not it.
Fog cloud isn't
No, I'm just
flammable.
saying my information. I don't want to know what the fog
Okay.
cloud is in real.
So you do choose. Oh no, it moves on its own. Oh no. Okay. You are a terrible human. Okay. As the fog kind of emanates out, and as Bartimaeus, I assume, kind of like puts his finger up to his lips, kind of trying to keep everyone quiet here. Roman not really having to be warned, of course, but like the fog cloud kind of starts to emanate through the sewers, and you hear from above, Soot. My God, what is that stench? And you hear another guard go, they're burning the sewers, sir. That's what that was. I hear and this is all in Dwarvish, by the way. What you assume to be the leader of this group respond. Same one who'd commented on the smell a moment ago. Go, oh, then what was this? I thought the sign of our goddess had called. I guess it's not time to kill James. All right, back to your patrols. As you start to hear the footprints after another few minutes dissipate.
I'm so tempted to chase them as a giant monkey. I really am.
Oh no, I give you the nod.
Hell yeah!
Greased up monkey gonna be coming out of a sewer pipe of stench.
An ape is about to shoot out of the sewer.
Yep. I ask for uppies on the way out.
Oh hell, I can carry you in this form. Yeah, let's go.
Roman, because it's silent, you don't notice anything other than there's a cloud in the room as you look back and no one's there.
I give him like the hand signal, like we're going.
Yeah. I presume.
Oh, okay. Okay, I was making sure. So, okay, you do feel a tap on your shoulder as Bartimaeus is like being pulled up by the legs through the tube.
I will fly out of the tube.
All right. As the three of you kind of find your way out of it quite quickly, coming up to the surface as you look around, Soot, Bartimaeus, and Rollman, there's no one to be seen. There's a lot of footprints on the ground, but as you take a look around, walking down to the main street through the alley to look down the Blacksmith Street, there's nothing there. Other than like a small patrol of two dudes walking, casually talking to each other, not really even noticing you. And as you kind of walk back down to the other street, looking down there, no signs of anything. There are buildings around you, of course. There's the destroyed inn, which, to be honest, is leveled, so there's not really any place to hide in that. But the house off to the side of you that James had tried to take cover behind at one point does still have a lot of it intact, and while the back wall is cracked open, is still definitely able to be gotten into, as well as the other two buildings behind you.
So I'm gonna use a skill. I have this neat thing called tracking.
Uh-huh.
And I want to find a platoon of 30 that passed through the marks they left.
Alright, give me a survival check.
Out.
See what you can do.
I love track because it's just a blanket. The more people there are, the worse they get at not being found.
Because that's how that works.
Yeah, well, especially when they're in plate armor.
Yeah.
That's a 14 on the die. That'd be a 26.
26. Let me check something real quick. Okay. As you walk, kind of look about, you do notice there are multitudes of foot tracking paths. Foot tracking paths. Wow. Foot tracks. From heavy metal boots. Heading in every different direction. But as you count them, there's less than maybe 5, 6 of them. Looking around. Something, though, as you look through, does catch your attention, as there is a set of footprints amongst them that does seem quite odd. While many of them are bulky and kind of wide, there is a set specifically that looks to be very narrow and almost elongated, not metallic at the base, which you would be very much able to tell from the imprints of the shoes or of the boots themselves. These look to be some sort of soft material, as they leave a solid singular print.
Well, out of character, do we want to follow the mystery footprints?
Yes.
All right.
Also, while I'm on the back of the monkey, I'll do blood resonance on dwarves.
Okay. Hold on.
I poke Bartimaeus and I'll write in the ground, "Can you end the spell, please? I want to speak."
I just sigh dramatically and make like a motion of my hand.
Can I speak now?
Yes.
Yes.
As the spell dissipates suddenly.
Didn't know if it was a spell you could end or not.
We can end all of them, technically.
Mm.
They're actually spells. They're not being fucked.
As Rollman's magic dissipates, blood resonance for that. Okay, and you are just doing the size and position of any snow or dwarf in the area.
Yep, it's a 100-foot radius, and around me lasts for 10 minutes a level, so 100 something minutes.
All right, so there is 12 dwarves within 100 feet of you. 3 of which are in the slightly destroyed building off to the side of the inn that are on the second floor. Seemingly, from what you can tell, gathered around the back end of the building in a very, what you can tell, like almost circular fashion. The others seem to have headed towards, or are seeming to be heading in a quite quick pace towards the castle itself.
Point at them, because that seems like the most suspicious. Also, we could probably peek on the building on the way past it, I imagine.
Now, I'm going to be clear. Monkey movement, not quiet. Monkey run.
Use silence.
I use silence.
Question: Do you want to seal up this tube in case more bugs come back?
I don't know if we have the time to do that right
I'll
this
say, yeah.
second.
I think out of game would be later. We'd come back.
Fair enough.
It's on the to-do list, though.
Yep.
Much like laundry.
All right. As you start heading in that direction as quick as you can. As you start chasing after these dwarves that seem to kind of be sprinting ahead, using Bartimaeus as a sort of compass, so that as you can't sprint too far ahead of him, as you kind of have to still look back for his guidance, similar to with Rollman here. But as you lot continue to try and keep up with these individuals, finally they seem to come to a stop as Bartimaeus. I don't know what the fuck that was. I think it was
Bartimaeus is on a motorcycle.
Yeah, apparently.
Oh my god.
Blood motorcycle, Yeah,
Motorcycle.
exactly. As you head or kind of find yourself standing outside of one of the only inn in town that survived the entirety of the siege, the Silver Hearth, that has been fully. It is a decorated, beautiful, like middle class inn for more merchants and such. But many of the mercenaries have been staying at this inn, mostly because it's one of the few places that have full service and a full bar. You sense. Bartimaeus, that they seem to be inside somewhere, seemingly sitting in a group, from what you can tell, in one of the back areas.
Got it. I start like giving or like cancel the silence real fast. Give like the mental like layout of like where people are position wise. our most likely group of people. And then I like give like a I give Soot a very devious grin and say, "Would you like to see something I think might be amusing?"
So it'll just nod.
We walk up to or try to get like to where the back room is.
Mhm.
Is it like an actual room?
In the inn, it is from what as you walk over to the window, the large window in the front and look. There is a couple of looks like select rooms from what you can tell. They're in one of the back ones on the far right corner of the building.
Gotcha. Like try and make my way over there. And like cast, a little spell on myself, and I give like a rapping knock on the door itself and say, I missed the congregation, but might the followers of the mother be here?"
Rollman and Soot, are you following him into the inn?
Do you want me, Bartimaeus, to block one of the windows if they try to leave an alternate way?
Yeah, why not?
I'll be
Oh
a
yeah,
fucking
You
mess.
possibly, like-
big alleyway, just waiting.
All right. And Rollman,
If anyone questions us, I'll say it's official business.
okay. So you're gonna kind of stand out there as well, just kind of waiting in case anyone turns
Oh,
around?
no. I'm going with Bartimaeus.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't let the caster be by himself.
Okay.
I'm
Please,
fine
thank
on
you. I was like, no.
Oh, yeah.
I need
Okay.
one of you at least.
All right, yeah. As you head in, kind of letting the barkeep know, he immediately recognizes you, Rollman, and just shrugs his shoulders as he goes back to a very full house of customers where he has no
Yes,
time for you lot. But yeah, as you kind of follow in after Bartimaeus, Soot standing outside watching the windows, still in his ape form, as he kind of like slightly walks back and forth. Some of the people inside kind of looking at him, but otherwise seem to be starting to drink every time he shows back up in their window sights.
Have you guys seen a giant monkey outside? How drinking do?
Exactly. As Bartimaeus knocks, says this, and you hear the door slightly open a crack, and you see a
I'm
very...
hiding myself from whoever, I don't want to be in that line of sight of this door.
Okay.
Because they might recognize me.
Yeah, you see a very old-looking Snowbeard with very thin white hair under his chin. His head is slightly, almost completely bald, just from like hair loss. There's like 4 hairs that are still kind of sitting on there, holding on for dear life to cover the whole thing. He is covered in a bright crimson red cloak that seems to kind of cover his entire body, and he seems to be slightly hunched over, leaning on some sort of walking stick that's slightly out of eyesight for where it's sitting. As he opens the door a crack and looks out at you, and as he looks out, he locks eyes with your gut at first, Bartimaeus, due to his height, thinking you're a Snowbeard, and then there's a moment of like hesitation as he slowly looks up and sees you. And you can see he is trying to be polite, but there is a definite grimace on his face as he looks you in the eyes. And he goes, in Dwarvish, "Sorry, I don't recognize you, young man. Are you sure you have the right door? We don't know of any, organizations of such."
Of course, I'm at the right door. Doesn't the Mother of Battle greet everyone who wishes to spill in her name?
Kind of looks at you for a second. Not being able to see Rollman at all due to Bartimaeus' size.
This is good.
Yeah. You see him stroke his chin suddenly with the one hand that was holding the door as it kind of leans up against his foot behind it. And as you see, looking down at him, Bartimaeus, he is wearing very long, narrow shoes that seem to kind of come out to a point with what looks to be not only made of solid cloth, but have little jingling bells kind of at the end of them that seem to kind of make a little bit of sound anytime he moves his foot slightly as he kind of hears you say
Waymaker.
this. And goes, "She probably does, young man, but I imagine you're looking for someone, for the group next door. I've only brought my friends for a game of cards and gathering of the minds to discuss what we plan to do now that we're all unemployed."
Of course. Something, well. I like whispered down conspiratorially. I heard the signal. Did you not?
Give me a bluff check.
I have been waiting for you to ask me for it.
Oh no.
This is either gonna
This
be a
guy
nat.
bluffs.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, you told me about that. I know what he's doing.
As you kind of stand back up, he looks at you, kind of appraising you for a moment. And there's definitely a moment of hesitation as he kind of looks at you and looks back at his comrades and goes, "Oh, mother welcomes all. All right, welcome in. I didn't know that we had extra members in here." As he points to the individual, like as you recognize the many guard captains that were working here, and an unfortunate face as you see Xyrix sitting amongst them. With all of them holding cards, a couple of like gemstone coins tossed into a pile, some drinks kind of set out. No signs of holy sigils or any markings or anything of that on them as you kind of walk in, Bartimaeus.
I'm gonna do my best to stay behind him.
Yeah, give me a hide
It's
check.
pretty easy.
Give me a hide. Give me a hide. I will make you roll move silently, given the fact that Bartimaeus' size would be kind of, I imagine, quite a little bit more louder than usual for when he moves.
I
but-
do also have a like once every 3 rounds I can go invisible for 6 seconds. So if there's any
Okay.
Please start a fight. I want to come
Points
through
for
the window.
monkey through the window's crazy. You said a hide.
Yes.
I still have the Elvenkind cloak.
Yeah, you do.
Something. Let's see, hide. It's just pure. How much does the Elvenkind cloak add? Let me see.
I think like a +5 or +2.
It's 5. It's 5.
Okay, +5. Okay. How much
I only know that the better one I was eyeing earlier is ham. That gives a 10 to both.
Damn.
Move silently and hide.
Hide's not amazing because I don't have ranks in hide. Not a very stealthy boy.
But the DC might lower because you're hiding a wall.
Yeah, true. I am hiding behind a wall, basically.
All right. Give me a balance check, Bartimaeus. No,
Oh, Bartimaeus.
as you feel as like Rollman really sticks to your back, and you can feel him kind of almost stepping on your heels here. Okay. So you kind of walk forward. You're not trying to grimace at it, but it definitely continues to happen. As you feel the occasional Roman kind of stepping on the back of your heel, as you feel your shoes kind of slightly flat tire for a moment, as you nonchalantly push him back down. But as the old gentleman kind of welcomes you in, he kind of walks you over to the table, which I'm really curious on if Roman's going to let you sit on him, because that's going to be a whole new thing to what we were talking about earlier.
Goodbye, Rollerman. Roll a survival check.
How tall is this table? Can I
Uh,
get under this table?
it is about, so remember, these are snowbeards. This is about 3 feet in height.
What kind of fucking Sneak 100 bullshit are you
I can go invisible for 6 seconds, so there's a point where I could be basically in clear view and get somewhere else, basically, is what I'm saying.
It's true. I will say.
Can I fit under the table? Or
No, not at all.
No? Okay.
It is made
Is
for
there
me.
anywhere else I could...
Just get behind Xyrix. Just do it.
Oh,
Xyrix is sitting, to
That is
make
good.
clear.
I can be behind his chair, but is there
There-
any other thing I can hide behind?
So in the room, as you look about, there is a bed, a single bed that you could try and hide under, but they would have a view of you from one side of the table. There's a trunk that is open you could try and fit into, that is medium-sized. And then there is a small armoire that is slightly pushed open with nothing in it from what you can tell.
What is the armor? Sorry, I'm not familiar.
Basically, it's a closet for clothes. It's a really big wooden structures that they put clothes inside.
Fancy Victorian closet, more or less.
Is it closed or is it open?
Like I said, it is slightly open.
I think that's my best option. Or I could do the baller play, just stand behind Xyrix.
Sword up. It's like, ready for the axe.
Oh, I'm not that stealthy. I think
You are
that's,
not.
All
You
right.
could run
I'm
back
gonna-
out and try and sneak through the door before it shuts.
No, I can't leave him here alone. Especially with Xyrix now, because Xyrix is not a light.
He's actually threatening.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with that play. I will use Invisible Fist to go invisible for a round, so 6 seconds, and then maneuver behind Xyrix as Bartimaeus sits down.
Okay. And are you still trying to stay hidden, I assume?
I mean, I'll be behind him, so other people will probably be able to see me. But yes,
Okay.
sure.
You kind of crouch down. Give me another hide check real quick as you kind of like try to stay behind his
Alright.
chair. Let's see if you can hang on
Okay,
to it
I
without being
can't-
noticed.
I can't really get lower than a 10. I can't. That's a lie. I can get lower than a 10, but very unlikely.
It's the most clunky
16.
situation.
That's
Alright.
better.
As you rush
Not
over
amazing, but
and hide behind. Thankfully, Bartimaeus is quite the distraction as the other individuals are very just staring at him as he sits down. And unfortunately, well, Bartimaeus won't hear this as I did roll a nat 20 for this. Where you're sitting does allow you to hear this, Rollman, as you hear one of the guards sit next to Zyrex lean over and goes, 20 gold pieces that the chair breaks when he sits down.
damn.
Aw.
Does he even fit in the chair?
No.
Oh no. Well, you did mention that like the dwarven chairs are kind of wider.
They're
than normal chairs
sturdier,
Anyway.
yes, but this
Oh.
is still this is made for a medium creature, so Bartimaeus is going to squeeze. I think Bartimaeus, are you large?
No, he's medium.
Are
Oh,
you,
medium.
Oh, you are me. Oh, I thought you were large. My bad.
He's just
I'm
really
just
fat.
He's
immense.
just fat.
Yes. All right.
Immense.
Taking advantage of every inch that they give you in medium. Um,
Yes, and then some.
Then yeah, no, it's definitely a cozy fit as you sit down into one of these thick wooden chairs, but you have plenty of padding, thankfully, to keep you comfortable.
Dwarven craftsmanship. Truly, it benefits the bulk.
The old Snowbeard kind of nods as he takes the cards and kind of handing them out, putting out 2 for each person as they start to like look at their cards and put them back down. Put William down. The old man kind of looks at his cards for a second, and then kind of as people start making their moves, he looks over at you and goes, "So, how did you come across the lady's interest?"
Well, as I'm sure Master Zyrex here. I give him like a good-natured nod.
He looks up at you, completely
is.
confused, as if he does not know who you are.
Interesting.
Oh, fake Cyrex.
And the old man kind of looks at you and goes, "Oh, that's not Zyrex. He's one of our people who've infiltrated. The real one we already kidnapped as the lady required."
Oh, my apologies.
Aren't you the contractor? As he kind of looks at you, completely cutting you off as he suddenly has a light bulb moment looking at you.
No, lady moves in mysterious ways. There are multifacets to everything, after all.
Not the contractor. We were supposed to meet. As he looks at his cards, tosses them as he folds, and a few others kind of follow suit. And looks at you and goes, "Lady mentioned that we'd been waiting for a blood mage that was supposed to show up, and if I had to guess your occupation, if it's not blood mage, it's butcher."
I am blood magus, but she hasn't deigned to whisper directly to me. I am, after all, unclean.
Uh-huh. You see one of the other Snowbeards kind of grabs the pot as he takes his cards and ends up throwing them forward. You see a full royal flush come out as he kind of grabs everything and
He cheated. I saw him.
100%. He's got, as you see, 2 aces in his sleeve and a 3rd king in his other sleeve. But as the old man kind of hands the cards out once more, he kind of looks over at you again and goes, "So, you have nothing to do with the large ape creature that's out front of the inn right now, I assume?"
Oh, he's one of my bodyguards.
He nods at that and kind of, as he leans down and touches his ring and kind of rubs it for a little bit, it seems to glow slightly green. Cutting to Soot. Soot, as you're standing, kind of pacing back and forth as this giant ape, you do notice that the city guard are starting to kind of notice, and they're not amassing, but a good few of them are kind of watching you from a distance now.
I dare them.
As you look over at them, suddenly kind of glaring at them for a moment, a challenging look, you see a few of them, their hands kind of glimmer green for a second as they look down at it, and then they seem to turn and walk off.
Well, time for a perk, yes, but that'll be in a few.
Yeah, I sent Soot a message about like an ongoing thing because I've got silent spell as well, and invisible spell. So as long as they're not looking directly at my hands, I can pretty much cast without them knowing.
You grab a couple cards, suddenly start making symbols. Zyrex, the impersonator Zyrex looks at you like you're trying to tell him something and then starts bidding higher.
Oh, what does he have? What do I see he has?
As you look over his shoulder, he has a 2 and an 8.
Oh.
Nice. Are they suited?
No.
Probably not.
Not at all. He has nothing.
Can I get analyze each of these people here as their Barnabas is talking?
Yeah, give me a profession mercenary.
Merchant, yes. I want to figure out how much money they have.
Well, that might actually be helpful in this situation, given what's on the table.
We're gonna rob these people afterwards. I mean, it's only fair.
Take their money.
Let Bartimaeus win some cards with some good bluffing here, man. You know, so he can win the money legitimately and leave. Because if he takes all their clothes and stuff, by winning it, then you guys have a lot easier time killing them.
Hand me your artifact there. You didn't have enough to pay that bet.
Yeah, I'll take that bet. Yeah. Here, I got an artifact somewhere. As you look about, you do gather the group is roughly between level 10-ish to 11-ish. They all seem to be capable individuals, guard captains, almost all of them, except Cyrix, who you recognize and flag. This dude is scary, Rollman. As you look at the back of his neck and catch something being a little bit strange with his disguise, there's a piece of where his neck meets the cloth of the disguised shirt that he has kind of on as an illusion that seems to not be fully rendering in. And you see a full bit of piece of black metal, like almost full plate underneath, that immediately you recognize the symbol of the Golden Heart Merchant Company.
Okay. Do I can I tell what kind of artifacts or magic items he has on there? The biggest threat that I could try and as a surprise get rid of.
With his illusion or with his disguise currently, there is nothing that you're 100% confident in that you're seeing is his. So the blades could be fake. You're not really sure.
With that illusion, I will use my scout's headband to give myself true sight for a minute.
You fucker. I gotta pull up that document again. I just
Sorry. Sorry. Roman wants to know what he's dealing with here.
All right, there we go. So as you look at the individual, you see the eyes glimmering a bright orangish color that seem to kind of shift and change as you recognize the identical figure from the last Spire city when this same figure started a ritual that killed all of James's family members. This is Pride.
Oh boy. Wow, that is something.
Orleman's the only one in character that would know this, but probably doesn't remember why this guy's here.
See, he is on our side, presumably.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's trying to direct us.
Well, I guess I'm about to fucking die. Oh well.
I can't communicate with you guys, unfortunately. Well,
Yeah,
not sure I could break cover here, but
You could try hand symbols behind him.
I could try sneak back over to Bartimaeus, I guess, but
Good. Or sneak. If you sneak out and make the door clap enough, that'll probably give him a sign to get the fuck out, because he'll know you left.
no, I gotta warn him directly, I think, and get him to leave so I can get out safely as well. I'm gonna try and once again quick invisibility shift over to his chair.
Okay. As you do, give me another hide check.
Okay. Well, how much does invisibility add to hide? Because I didn't add that to the last time.
Oh, this is just for the continuance of you staying there. That's why.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
you're changing position.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you auto succeed with the invisibility. I have
23.
nothing to see invisibility right now. 23. Cool. As you managed to get over there and kind of climbing onto the back of the chair, lifting up your feet. You're able to keep yourself kind of suspended off the ground as you just basically.
I'm so glad I do all those training sessions of fucking flexibility.
Dude, your abs feel on fire right now, but you're within reach of Bart now.
Now,
Do not engage.
Mm-hmm.
Fake is on our side.
Well,
Incredibly dangerous.
I suppose I'm here to pick up my assignment, and then I will naturally be on my way to accomplish our goals.
kind of takes a second, the old man, as he deals one last hand out to the group and goes, "Oh, oh, all right. Yeah, give me a moment." And he stands up and he looks at his cards and goes, "I have nothing." Throws them elsewhere. As you look, it's a Jack and a Joker. You're not sure how the Joker got in
What
there.
the
I
hell?
guess he just walks away. Walks over to the armoire and kind of opens it up, and as he does, he seems to tap one of the pieces of wood that seems to dissipate the magic on it, as the entirety of it is now filled with like paperwork, books, and everything. They're just kind of stacked up in this thing. And he starts moving some aside, pulls out a huge box, sets it down, grabs one like a really thick notebook, looks at it as he opens it, starts flipping it, and grabs out a small little envelope, and kind of walks over to you as he said after putting everything back. Hands it to you and goes, "That's your target to take out. We need it done within, well, according to our information, by the end of the year before they leave."
Sure.
Is there any like time frame that I could, give him a little invisible mage hand to grab that book and bring it over to me, or like muscle it out to where it just like falls out,
Yeah.
or
I mean,
something.
It looks like he's looking to walk you out of the room, so his face will be definitely more focused forward, and the others are very much into their card game, as you see the jackpot's now around like 3,000 gold pieces.
Sweet. Yeah, just like I like send like a message like, "Heads up, book incoming out of the window."
Oh hell yeah! I'm gonna catch a book.
So as they stood thinking, there's a guy named Book. All right. Ready.
This
Are you gonna
monkey
tell
must-
Roman anything or no?
Right?
Because I can fucking jump out a window if you need me to jump out a window.
No, I get monkey get book and run.
I mean, you're right behind me. It would like you'd have to go back into the room to grab it. Like, I don't know how many times you want to risk that.
No, I got this.
All right.
Okay.
If that is the plan, then I assume, Roman, you're just gonna kind of try and grab, or you're just gonna kind of try and stand up with Bartimaeus and follow behind him
Yep,
again.
I am his shadow.
All right.
Yep.
Give me
I make
another.
a loud like coughing fit to like hide the sound of like the book like getting jettisoned into the fuck out of the window.
Oh, I just imagine like loud grunting of a big man getting up.
Yeah,
dude,
just make
you can
the
you
most
can sit there for
upsetting
like,
bad
oh
noises.
my goodness, you can make so many noises standing up. I don't think they're gonna question it.
It's the same noise I usually make when I get up. Oh, fuck. Speaking of which, all right.
My knees go off like shotguns.
Let's shoot this morning when I woke up at midnight. Every bone cracked as I got rolled out of bed, and I was like, "Oh, I'm an accordion now. I'm not really old. All right, cool."
Ooh.
Let's see, does this mean I'm gonna be more flexible? Oh no, that first step tells me no. My back's
They
out.
might
All
have
right.
tracking spells on that book, just so you guys know.
It's a fair point. If you want a second to think about it, I can give you. We can take a quick 5-minute break. We're at that point where we can usually do. If you want to take a second to think about it, sound good?
Give me the book.
All right.
He just wants the book.
All right.
I think we're better just like smashing and running because
Okay.
Mhm.
like worst case scenario they like come after us in a bit and I can try
Oh.
and disarm this bullshit.
They'll come after Soot, and I welcome it.
As you kind of start walking over, give me a. We'll just do another bluff check to see how much noise and distraction you can make
he can make
as you
so
walk
much
forward.
noise.
And then Rollman, give me another hide check as you follow
Alright.
behind.
Gotcha.
Behold, my 33.
Damn. All right.
Behold
Oh.
my nat 20 for a 28.
Fantastic. Yeah, as between the two of you, Bartimaeus, as you get up, Roman kind of follows behind you, and Roman, kind of seeing what you're doing, kind of grabs onto your back to like make sure his steps kind of match yours as you stand up, and as you kind of stand, slamming your ass into the chair, it goes colliding into the wall, making a loud noise. Everyone's kind of eyes looking forward, staring at you, wondering what the hell's going on. As Roman kind of sets himself down on the ground behind you. As the book just goes flying, as you, for a moment, you thought it's clear as day. You can hear the glass, but Bartimaeus is like, clapback just shot that chair hard enough to where wood against wood really cracked loud noise. As everyone kind of like startled and looking up, even the Zyrexian. Wow, that's a new one.
Excellent.
Zyrex. There we go. As even as Zyrex, who kind of seems in his disguise, looks up distracted and like concerned as he sees you, then the old man just kind of looks at you with like just full disapproval as he sees the sad dwarven craftsman sputtered and cracked against the wall, and he goes, "You know, it wasn't really necessary, but I get that being around her is harder to get out of those chairs, but I could have helped."
Sorry, the cake jettisoned it.
You ogres have some weird beliefs. I know you lot eat people, but please remember, the lady doesn't appreciate that. So he like guides you to the door.
I like nod, look down, like semi-chastened. Trying my best to avoid making it clap as I leave.
You walk there. You do see he kind of looks over at some of the glass that has kind of broken it down from above, and kind of looks up at the window. Kind of looks over at his members and goes, "That's the third time those children have done it this week. We need to get them on the goddamn in the prisons. I don't care what James says. They need to be punished." As he kind of like walks you to the door, like opening it, and like kind of shoves you through as he slams it behind you, yelling at his other members still about this.
Yep. And we begin, I believe, in a word, booking it.
Yeah, quickly walking away since they can't see you as the barkeep kind of sees Rollman and you leave and kind of waves as he does and goes back to his customers as you head out, seeing Soot standing there with the book in hand.
Yep. I start like detecting if it has like any tracking and all that bullshit.
Yeah, give me a
Start
spellcraft.
fiercely trying to work on it. Okay. Read magic.
Oh, you do. Ah. Okay, perfect. Well, I pull
While he's
this.
doing that, I'm gonna be like writing down descriptions of each of these who are potentially higher ups in this
Okay. All right.
organization of bad peoples.
That will be very helpful, potentially, depending on what's about to happen. Okay. As you start kind of making a quick scribble down mentally of those individuals and their roles and where you've seen them. All right.
Do they all have like that similar ring as well?
Yes, correct.
Okay, I'll describe the ring as well.
Perfect. And then Soot, while Bartimaeus kind of looks at the book in your hand, kind of checking it for any sort of magic tracking or any wonkiness that'll affect you a lot, is there anything you'd like to do kind of as the party rejoins you?
Not right now. I'm just making sure we don't get stabbed in the ass by somebody.
Smart.
Just-
All right, yeah. As Bartimaeus and Roland kind of walk up to you, you're still kind of looking back at the inn. Bartimaeus, as you start reading like the outside, you do see it does have a tracking spell on what looks to be a little flower in the corner that is a white rose. That, as you recognize, this is a very rare flower. You haven't really ever seen something like this before, as it seems to give off a magical presence. But each petal seems to have a rune of tracking carved into it.
Yeah, just kind of like,
Pluck the flower.
well, you know what? Like, I just kind of ripped the pages out of the book. Like,
Oh.
the last binding.
You
I don't
know-
need the fucking outside.
All right, give me a strength check. Yeah, sure.
This is how you tear a phone book in half.
Bartimaeus, not a strong man, tears the phone book in half. Totally still not a strong man, guys. 20? Not bad. All right, yeah, as you start ripping into it, the thing seems to immediately give way as you pull the papyrus out. It does make a terrible ripping sound, and you do lose half of one of the pages, but the rest seem to come through completely. As you tear them out, and I assume you're shoving them in your bag of holding.
Yep.
Okay.
I cast mending on the one page that like got torn up, and then we're on our way.
Tear that one out yourself.
All right.
Yep.
And you're just gonna let Soot carry the binding, or?
No, I just leave that shit on the ground.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, actually, no. I'll toss it in the bag of holding.
Where do we want to lead
It
though?
can't. Like, it can't go through interdimensional bullshit.
Correct. Yeah, that is a good question, Rollman. But before we get to that, as Bartimaeus tears this, Soot, give me a spot check.
Okay.
See how much how much you notice of what's about to happen.
Oh, also, Read Magic does let me fucking read it at 250 word pages.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I have
You
read
just
it.
know you do have the information in case.
Yeah.
That will be a 19 for a 26.
As Bartimaeus is like quickly flipping through the pages after tearing them out and kind of like looking at them real fast, seeing a ton of like dirty work, basically all the blood accounts, all the known slave dealers and where they usually meet them, as well as the contact to like 7 different assassins that are all different blood mages, as you'd expect. Bartimaeus, I will mention your master is mentioned in the list.
He's in the lists.
As one
Oh,
of the
no.
assassins. As you notice this, kind of catching a second, kind of flipping through quickly to get everything put away. So looking back, you see as the door suddenly goes flying open from that back room inside the inn, and the windows suddenly begin to crack as the entire inn slightly starts to rumble.
Yeah. If they don't resist, I'm gonna pick up Roloman and Bartimaeus, and we're gonna go.
Yep. I cast grease on the fucking inn doorstep.
This guy loves the grease smell.
At this point, that wasn't even a spell. He just grabbed that out of his pocket.
Grease. Pocket grease.
It was like, oh, here you go. Here's the leftovers from that encounter.
I'm going
Cast
to
constantly. Mhm.
also with this crack a smoke stick and just throw in a random direction
Okay.
as a diversion.
Away from you. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, not the way we're going.
Got you. All right. Give me a D8 if you wouldn't mind.
Okay.
We were unsupervised for a session and tracked down a criminal organization of assassins.
Got you.
We tracked down the main group that wants James dead. I think we did pretty well.
We have to execute on it, so we still haven't really dealt with it yet. But
Yeah, Bartimaeus and Roman, as you feel your collars kind of suddenly have very thick gorilla-like palms, like kind of grabbing hold, longer fingers, of course, that are just as muscular. You also suddenly feel the breeze as you are now rushing through the streets.
Whee!
As both of you watch behind you and see as the bar or the tavern itself explodes out with a blackened flame that begins to burn the entire thing as people start screaming and running out. Bartimaeus, half the customers slip and end up falling on their asses as they try to escape through the front door.
Bartimaeus, you got any the invisibility or something to hide us?
Wait, did Pride just lure everyone in this cult to kill them?
That'd be cool. I'd like that.
Well, he did, but he's done it before. This wouldn't be. It's not exactly. He did
I think that's
Man,
what
kind of weird how it twice.
he just killed the leadership of this fucking cult.
He did say he was on James's side. He didn't say how he was on James's side.
Hey, now we just have to kill all the underlings that are around, not the leaders.
All the people with the wings.
As you continue rushing off, the last thing Bartimaeus and Roloman you see as you kind of come around a corner heading up towards the castle keep is Xyrix walking out whistling as he just like swirls a little key in his hand. That's little in a sense. It is quite big, seeing as you guys can see it from the distance.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do we have code to confirm that we are who we say we are?
To get into the castle, yes. Amongst the rest of the city, no.
To confirm identities.
Oh, amongst like your own party, or just amongst your adventuring
Amongst
company?
own party, and supposedly since we've been with the Cyrix for a while now.
Not with Xyrix, but for yourselves, you do, because each of you were given one of the daggers with the copper little like insert from James. Xyrix has not officially been recruited. However, I will say you have 2 ways of figuring it out. One, which will give you a guarantee, which is blood biography from your blood mage here. And secondly, Soot has already managed to clock almost everyone that's trying to join the crew, and Xyrix was one of the people he investigated.
Bartimaeus, confirm this is Cyrix.
You know that. I was gonna say Bartimaeus knows that wasn't Xyrix.
Yes. I presume he's going to do it anyway, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Okay.
Because we did get it confirmed that this is not, or like that it was not Xyrix.
No, the one that in the here, where I assume we're seeing it.
No,
Unless he somehow teleported in
I'm
front of
talking
us.
about the one you just saw was the same individual walking out of the tavern.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought we were
no
going
worries.
different
I got
directions.
you.
All right,
Yeah.
I see. I got you.
I will say for note keeping, not long after we run, I do put them down and transform back because it is on a time limit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you kind of get over closer towards one of the guard barracks, as you finally kind of find a place that's quiet, not many people around, as you transform back, passing by the alley where there's just blood and shit everywhere. As you continue on.
Ugh.
So,
So-
favor this alley. It's a bit weird.
So,
There's shit stains everywhere.
do we start to hunt the little ones?
You
Naturally.
can, but I'm concerned of the location of Rio's Eric's. Who that was in there, Bartimaeus, and so that was Pride.
I kind of just blink at him. I don't know who that is.
An incredibly dangerous entity who James is dealt with in the past, and I believe is still on good terms. I cannot confirm that.
Well, I didn't want to hunt him. He seems quite
Yes,
what he
yes.
did. I
I'm more
want to.
explaining who that was.
I saw many wearing the rings I saw you drawing, walking around town.
Okay.
I'd like to deal with them.
Just start pulling out the pages, or like the loose leaf pages. It's like, and we have a list as well.
Perfect. We need to figure out Rio's Eric's though.
As you see, Bartimaeus kind of flips to the back. There is a note that says Xyrix has where he's been kidnapped, and literally lists on there the. Give me a second. I'm pulling up my notes. Here it goes. The city of the Last Spire is where they're holding him.
Yeah.
So Pride has been Xyrix this whole time.
Or at least for the past few weeks. Who knows?
Likely since I've known him. To correct me if I'm wrong, like that's
Yes.
a fair distance to try and like transport.
We move in a day.
Yes.
Does it have or is there like a mission detail of like when this was done?
It does not. It is just a notice of where
Okay.
he's being stored and where the drop off for him is going to be.
I will say, someone at Pride's strength, if he can't teleport, I'd be surprised.
This is true.
Well, it's more questionable as whether or not he would have revealed that to the cult because he didn't
Mhm.
need to.
Yeah, but he's also Pride in every sense of the word.
Fair enough.
You don't earn a name like Pride.
Pride
while,
sucks at cards.
Not showboat. He does suck at cards.
I ain't telling him that. Fuck you.
I say,
That's
Roman,
funny.
do you think, as you think about as a mercenary, the easiest way to get other mercenaries' guard down is a card game and drinking. So, especially
It
when
worked for
they're
me.
True.
Yeah.
It's true. He may have been playing it intentionally bad.
I'm not
But that
saying he
also
was
goes
good or
against what
bad,
Pride
Yeah.
would stand for if he's,
but notice he
wouldn't
didn't get
demerit
angry about
his-
losing.
Because he didn't care.
That is true.
I
It
mean-
might be so beneath him that he doesn't give a shit.
Or he knew he'd get the money in the end. That if we went back, I'm sure that money's gone.
Or at least the
Yeah.
artifacts and magic items, at the very least, yeah.
I ain't gonna go look through Black Fire, so fuck that shit.
Right? As you guys kind of gather around, kind of thinking about what you want to do, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break here. So those who need to feed their cats can, and those who need bowel breaks can, because I need some water. So we will be back in a moment. All right. So yeah, as you guys kind of passing by that horrible alleyway, as you go over to the barracks, kind of seeing the slave pens that have been, for the most part, cleared out by now, as many people have been kind of assigned. Those few left are mostly the elderly who refused, or the stubborn who basically would rather die in the pens. And so as you kind of head over towards the barracks, a couple of the guards kind of noticing you and waving at you a lot as you find yourself kind of a house that's been abandoned but has at least furniture on the porch that you can kind of sit around for a second as you think about what you want to do.
Bartimaeus, is there any other important assets that need to be dealt with right now, or can we go ahead with what Soot's saying about sending a message?
Like kind of like quickly like go over the list. Do any of them like stick out? Like obviously like my mentor, but that's something I gotta unpack on my fucking own.
Well, let's say, yeah, the assassins all seem to be hired outside of the group. So as you do note, they are not part of the organization. It's their, men for hire, mercenaries for hire, killers for hire. However,
Yeah, make a list of those and like point out like there's no reason to because that's just a waste of time.
You do notice two names that immediately catch your eye as you go through. The first being Boric Venkos. He is both listed as a Thane and a Bedapaw of the House of Venkos. He is known to have been kidnapped at the right before the siege began, and the specific note states, "Ensure his absence so that James can succeed."
Huh.
The second one that catches your attention is Sister Vela Snowchant. Was also known to have been kidnapped. This was, as it's noted, to work against those who plan to kill the Heart of Winter. And that's all they have listed on there. They don't have a listing for where they're at, what locations their drop-offs are, just that they were kidnapped and when.
That's what kidnapping cool.
What's up?
Wasn't the Heart of Winter already destroyed?
Yeah.
Correct.
I think that's the pre-op. Like basically, there's just like their holistic plan. They haven't just like ripped the pages out because it didn't work.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, clearly it didn't work because the heart broke because of Cameron.
Well, and as far as it goes, I believe you lot actually saw Sister Vela Snowchamp, but I don't think you guys fought her.
It was probably in the background. She probably described and we moved on.
Yeah, because I think if I remember correctly, she was. Oh yes, I remember why she was. And you guys never noted it clocked her because you were dealing with something else. Because Rollman didn't want to go fight that archer that was trying to shoot you guys from like across the street in a high window.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So, yeah. All right. Yeah. So as you see these two names kind of catching your eye, Bartimaeus. Otherwise, as you kind of look through, the only other notes that you have as you flick through is beware the blood mages. There's a lot of notes that state that this order thought that they were going to be betrayed by the assassins and those they had brought in. And lastly, they do actually have their list of the name of the order. It is called the Order of the Orc. And I will type that into chat for you, so you have that name for your own.
Oh no!
Yeah, now you're starting to put things together from the other campaign.
Oh,
Well, if I had to go on a wild conjecture streak, I imagine they wanted James to succeed just enough to foment more unrest, and then kill him once he managed to succeed in laying peace down, so that the war could continue going on. They could find more battle and kill more people.
I think I agree.
well, there's a simple solution then.
Kill them all.
Yep.
We have a description of a ring of a supposed member would have, and I think that's
And,
what I have to go off of.
I saw what the things looked like.
I will say, yeah, Bartimaeus does flip through and does have a picture of the ring, as it has a listed noting of if they do not have this ring, they are not a recognized member and should not be allowed to join any of the events.
Oh, great! Good. Wait, how would they let him in?
Because Bartimaeus bluffed with a 45 and is wearing a lot of rings.
There's like, oh yeah, it's hidden among them. Yes.
Dude, he's got a
smart
ring on every
man.
finger. Yeah, he's got built out and gaudy jewelry. That's the idea. At least in the picture I got. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Bartimaeus. Okay.
No, entirely.
Yeah.
If no one disagrees, I'm going to go building by building, yanking cultists into a building and make them never talk again.
I think
Do you want
that's
to
a
try and
fine.
get information out of them?
You think the underlings know anything worthwhile that's not in the book?
There's always a chance, but
Are
unlikely.
you willing to spend the time trying to keep them somewhere when the rings might make them not able to talk? I would think that'd be one of the most baseline possible redundancies.
Perhaps.
You know what? I'll look through the book and see like if there is mention of a seal of secrecy or anything like that. Because like if it were, then in theory it should have gone off when they were talking to me.
It does not have any mention of it. I will mention that.
If you want, I can take a couple and give them to you and then go about my work.
Oh no, give them to me.
I'll give them to both of you. I'll be doing the yanking.
Yes, we can try, and if it doesn't pan out with the first couple, then we can help assist you with making that disappear.
I feel horrible for whichever first two of these guys I find.
Oh,
I
no.
have been so long without test subjects.
Consider you sleep on a bed of nails, man. I don't know what you're gonna do to these guys.
Yeah.
Simple. One of the most basic elementary spells I learned in my youth was the ability to excise the vessels around the digestive system and
We
racked
should
with
have.
such intensive agony.
I have a devious plan, Bartimaeus. Um, we have a building of 2 rooms. One, you have your own test center. I have my own, and then I'm gonna get mine to talk because he's gonna hear the sounds of his friend dying. And if not, we can trade. Don't kill your guy. We're gonna trade a couple times.
Oh, don't worry. The pain I inflict doesn't involve the actual body. It's merely the things that make you feel the pain. They can't even turn it off.
Cool. Okay. Can you make sure the building is also soundproofed and all that fun stuff? And so we don't get passerbys involved.
I could set up several concentric zones of silence. I don't see why not.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Time to set up a interrogation torture place.
Yeah. As Soot starts to head off into the town tracking these people, Rollman and Bartimaeus going inside the building, they're sitting on the porch of to kind of reinforce it. I mean, one abandoned building's as good as another, right? As you head upstairs, finding a couple bedrooms that seem to be big enough for you guys to both work in and operate in if you'd like. Yeah, as Bartimaeus starts doing his magic prep silence spells on the area so that nothing escapes the room. You know,
Kind of go with a good cop, bad cop sort of scenario where Bartimaeus is very much the bad cop.
fair. We'll get to that here in a sec as you start kind of thinking about that and working on the strategy. Soot, give me a search check as you start heading out in the town to find individuals.
Okay. 23.
23, okay.
Yep.
It takes roughly about another hour or two of you running around the city. It seems a few of the guards seem to have kind of caught that there was something going on after the attack at the inn. You also come across a few blood splatters that you're pretty sure confirms your worst concern, which is that Pride is going about and trimming the tree just as much as you are now racing against him for the most part. Luckily, though, due to your ability to track, you're able to find a few of the guards a little quicker as you rush through the streets, seeing one random guard that's cut down almost immediately by Pride as you head down another alley to find another group. But after about an hour or two, you do manage to gather I'd say about 8 of them or so that seem to be willing to follow you back, where kind of curious about what the hell is going on, and more worried about the threat of someone going around and killing guards that they keep hearing about. So it doesn't take much coercing to get them to do what you ask, as they think that you're there for their.
I've got candy in my van.
Yeah.
Come here.
Yes, come. We've prepared a safe house until this is dealt
Oh
with.
God.
Yeah, a few of the guards kind of look at you confused. You only take like 1 or 2 out of a slick group, but kind of just shrug their shoulders, going on about their day, thinking you just don't like them as they continue on.
Oh no, anyone with the ring is coming. It's just 6 of them aren't. Anyone that's not the first 2 aren't going to be interrogated.
That's fair. As you bring the rest kind of heading with them, slowly one by one, like the little dwarves of Cinderella, Snow White. There we go. I guess the mice could have been dwarves. I don't know. As you head back to the building that you had last seen the party at, seeing the sign Rollman is hung up front to kind of help with making sure that this place is off limits. As you read the sign, it's just a piece of wood that looks to have been painted or drawn on with some charcoal that says, "Now property of the Ironheart Merchant Company. Do not enter."
Yep.
As you kind of guide the guards in, who look confused why you're not taking them to the barracks as they kind of head up with you. Again, willingly, not at all suspecting anything, though, kind of just thinking it's a strange situation as they head up into one of the rooms, seeing Bartimaeus and Rollman kind of standing there waiting. I assume with a single chair, or with a chair and some ropes kind of set aside.
The guards hear the door shut once they're all in.
You do see a little bit of panic come across their face, but again, none of them can roll high enough to really freak out as they kind of look at you wondering what's going on.
I clap my hands twice, and I say, Bartimaeus, if you would, for the silence.
I like nod and like it's like snaps into place.
Now, we only need 2 of you, I'm afraid.
The guards kind of look about each other. One of them kind of looks up at you, and a little older-looking gentleman looks up and goes, 2 of us for what? I thought you were keeping us from the serial killer that was on the loose.
So, I want to make sure before I do something horrible. They're all wearing the rings, right?
Correct, yes. That's the only ones you picked up.
Now, which of the 2 of you wants to not die a horrible death? Wants to not die.
You see a really young individual at the very back raises his hand immediately, not fully grasping the situation as he seems to, like, wide-eyed.
Roll him in if you take that one, please.
I grabbed them.
He look like there is a single tear that goes down his cheek as he realizes he's about to go into the worst situation possible.
Yeah, but he'll get to live.
Yeah, no, I'm the.
Well, damn it, think so.
I look at Bartimaeus. Which one do you want?
Well, gentlemen, is anyone feeling talkative about your organization?
Give me an intimidate check, Bartimaeus.
I don't have one to boost that. I just am scary. So
Yeah, right.
Just-
Oh,
Okay.
well,
Oh my!
dice gods agree. As you kind of say this, you see a few of them kind of look at you with concern and worry in their eyes. The older one that kind of spoke up earlier, seeming being the oldest of the group, kind of looks at you and goes, I ain't afraid of your fat form.
He gets cut down immediately.
Oh god!
Alright, well, okay, you rolled a hit. Let's see what you got.
Yeah, see if you're rolling that one, I guess.
No, really it is. I mean, to be fair, I have a 16 in AC, so, it's not great.
Pretty good for a commoner.
Holy
Did you crit him?
shit.
Jesus.
No, hold on. Holy shit, I have to.
Nice.
Roll a third one. Roll a third
Yeah,
one.
roll a third one for the injury, although I think it's kind of
I don't think
redundant
the
for
injury's
him.
gonna matter, but
Add the gruesomeness.
No.
Okay.
no. Well, he's not injured. He's just
No,
dead.
but you crit confirmed on a guy who, doesn't have enough HP to really resist you on that. Yeah.
Just for notation, that's an instant 48 damage.
As he says this, your spear kind of going straight through his face and out the back. The other guards look on in horror and fear as they realize the situation. As you kind of wave the body over as it plops wetly onto the ground.
I believe we can be civilized. Yes? As I push my glasses up.
One of the younger guards kind of looks up at you and kind of suddenly gaining his composure as he kind of looks at you and suddenly starts to get red in the face and goes, I ain't talking to no goddamn wannabe little fighter. You
Nope.
don't... Go ahead.
That's the second. Hey man, we only need one of these guys. If I had to make an example of the other 6...
I start leading mine into the room.
Yeah, I got you. We'll get to that in a minute, don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was willing.
He's an intelligent boy.
Yep, 29 to hit.
29 hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Yep, 31.
Yeah. As the spear kind of cuts through this younger Snowbeard, his face kind of immediately popping like a melon across the Sujin.
Yeah.
As the mini bolt of bone spears kind of pierce through and carve his skull as you toss him off to the side. The sound of the skull cracking as it hits the ground with a wet slap. The 5 remaining guards look up at you, both with worry and concern in their eyes.
Fight amongst yourselves. Tell me who gets to live.
Oh,
Like I said, we only need one of you left.
As you say this, you see almost a contention, or a strengthening amongst the group as they seem to look amongst themselves, and immediately they're all gonna charge fucking Suit.
Oh, buddy.
I know.
oh, Chris.
You bastard. I swear
I mean,
to
hey,
God.
they got balls, I guess, bro.
It's such a versatile spell.
Alright, you know what? Fair enough. Let me just pull up my balance checks here.
What's their negative armor they're wearing?
Let me find my notes here. Give me a moment. There we are. Oh, my reflex is gonna be great, man. You won't believe what I have.
Oh.
Would it surprise you to say you failed?
Yeah, as the group stands up together and begins to rush forward, as Bartimaeus waves his hand and the ground becomes immediately greased as they start sliding like bowling pins towards Soot, screaming still in anger as they try to orient themselves to stab at you as they fall on their asses.
Yeah, so the two in the lead that slide up, I'm going to reach down and just grab them by their necks.
Okay.
And I'm going to start to squeeze.
Alright.
He's
Try!
a crazy butler, man.
He is.
Alright, what do you want for that? It's not exactly a normal...
Oh, it's an unarmed strike.
Unarmed strike.
Yeah, I'll give you an unarmed strike for it.
Yeah. Let's look at interesting. So that's the 14 on the die, plus 11.
That hits?
25. Yeah.
Not the greatest AC, but hey.
That'll be 8 damage.
Yeah, as you manage to grab and start strangling the first two, you notice that while they do turn purple quite quickly, they don't die immediately. As they seem to both grasp hold of your hand and grab hold to keep you held, as the two others come rolling in to grab your legs.
Dude, I don't want them to. We're using fear tactics.
Now you are treated like a jungle gym. I will say the fifth one is staying slightly back and is not advancing as he has stopped himself in the middle of the grease.
Wait a minute, grab that one.
I have such a big plus to not being moved if I don't want to.
Yep, I'm gonna roll to grapple your ass. I know I totally can succeed.
Grapple him.
You're also totally provoking at least once.
Oh, 100% as I try.
Grapple?
No. I have toughness. And I assume none of those will beat your grapple, as I tried to take hold of you, even while you choke me out. Yeah, no.
I have a plus 32 right now.
Yeah.
So...
As they grab hold, as you kind of like swing them around on your arms and legs, as they try to hold on to you to keep you budge. They're more holding on to you at this point to keep themselves balanced than to really like keep you in a place.
And you almost beat them with their combined, all four of them together.
You ain't kidding. All right, Bartimaeus.
I'd like them all to make me fortitude saves.
Oh, you know what? I'm good at those.
They're dwarves.
That should have been a plus 36, so I did beat them all.
Oh. That's horrible.
I forgot to have the 4 from improved grapple.
Oh, shit. There you go. Anything good? 21, 17, 11, 18?
The 21 might succeed.
The 21, so we're still playing with the if it meets and they fail?
Correct.
Got it. They all fail.
All right.
They like a gossamer, unholy sort of web spins out from Bartimaeus's finger.
Okay. And does it do damage? Oh, good.
Nope.
Oh, good.
As they all are racked with, no, this spell has the pain descriptor. It is just agony. As like their insides literally spasm and they're nauseated for 2 rounds.
Fantastic! I will puke on Soot a lot. Soot, projectile vomit.
Hey man, I have a shield in front of me.
Do you have a shield all across your body with these 5 people clinging to you?
4 people clinging.
Oh, 4.
I've got a guy clinging my chest, and I'm not that tall right now.
So that the mental image is clear, like it's the amount of pain that they're in that's causing the nausea. It's not just racking them with like their stomachs.
Yeah. As they start projectile vomiting, cringing in pain, tightening up as the web kind of envelops around them. Are you enveloping them one at a time, I assume, with this, or is this a...
Oh, it's it's Bloodspun Web combined with the Agony Rack.
Oh.
So I'm targeting all of them with the.
Okay.
Then I use Titan Spell to make it 5th level.
I got you. Just add more to that. Okay. Okay. All right. Fair enough. As you wait, how are you? You can double cast double. Wait, why can you cast Agony Rack as well? Oh, because you're not moving.
I'm moving.
Well, no, Bloodspun Web. The entire purpose is to cast a spell on multiple people. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
So it's casting the other spell.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. All right, gotcha. All right.
Turn a single target into a multi-target.
Yeah, basically he's using one spell to with a buff of another spell. So the spell is the target technically. Cool, got you. All right, fantastic, sweet. Yeah, as you start shooting this stuff up, they start like jittering, kind of like almost as if they're having seizures in your hands, around your legs. Downside, Soot, it feels like you're kind of being humped by violently sick leopards as you strangle them.
This is the second session in a row where Soot's got the short end of the stick.
In this case, these sticks are very short.
Well.
So one by one, you watch as they start doing this. They start convulsing on you. Still having one in each hand and one on each leg as they try to hold on. Well, the ones in your hands, to be fair, you're holding on to them, but
I feel the worst for the guy I'm choking because he's not only in intense pain, but he can't fucking breathe.
It's true.
He can't throw up either.
Nope. So he's tasting all of it.
It's just stuck in his throat. Oh god.
As you continue strangling, you watch as the dude goes down. As one by one, slowly each of the Snowbeard's guards find themselves at the mercy of the hands of Bartimaeus and Soot, beating the living crap out of them. Until leaving the last one, who chose not to engage with you as he kind of sat back watching this. His beard a little darker, his more common looks kind of coming to the forefront as you look him up and down. As he kind of watches this with concern, eyeing both of you like a cornered animal.
Oh, he watches me start shushing into the ear of the guy I'm holding as he slowly goes down.
Gotcha.
And once he's side-eye this guy, and I just wait to see what he does.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I'm in Greece and I can't get up, so I'm not gonna move.
I just nod to Bartimaeus. I guess that one's yours.
Fantastic.
I just like kind of like mage hand a rope over to Soot so he can start lassoing him up for me.
Yep.
Alright.
Sounds good.
As Soot kind of walks over, give me a use rope check, please.
Yeah.
I think you can do a grapple with the bind.
Yeah, but this is to keep him tied.
No, it's just use rope. You get a +10 if you're tying up a person. Which that will be a 33.
Yeah, easy. Alright. As you manage to tie up this guy who has no levels in escape artist, and no dex, as you saw with my reflex.
You are not getting out.
Nope, I'm a happy tied hog for a minute. As you kind of start working on tying him up, and then kind of going to dispose of the other, the remaining body still trying to hold on for dear life as they do what they can while convulsing in pain. As Bartimaeus, I assume you're going to grab hold of the tied individual and drag him, due to his greasiness, into the other room.
Yes. I just kind of like mutter to him, he's like, I have such sights to show you.
For his credit, he doesn't break. He stares straight ahead with no look of content or contempt or hatred.
If he looks, the last thing he sees, I start to clean up like nothing ever happened. Like nothing.
The only butler who knows how to get grease out of hardwood floors.
Hey man, well he can just vanish the grease. He's done it before.
Yeah. it does eventually just go away.
Yeah.
I'm cleaning the blood splatters that just happened and the brain matter and stuff that's on the floor.
Yeah. As you kind of start working on this, Rollerman.
Yes.
As we cut back a little bit for earlier, as you kind of taking your new young Snowbeard guard into the room, closing the door as the sounds of screaming is heard, and then suddenly a lot of punching before it goes quiet with a couple of gurgles of like what sounds like someone trying gasping for breath. And a
Please
lot of
take a
vomiting.
seat.
As he kind of looks at you, and kind of walks over to the chair and sits down and eyes you warily.
Look, this looks bad, huh?
Uh-huh.
What are you doing here? Your organization, what is it all about?
I joined 2 weeks ago. They helped the commoners eat. They fed my mother. They gave me a job. I'll be honest. That's the only reason I wasn't willing to die like the rest of them. I've got nothing to hide. Hell, I
That's
didn't
fair.
even
Well,
receive my bonus pay for this signing up.
tell me what you know then.
They serve a goddess. I don't know her name. She's depicted as a giant troll-like creature with heavy armor. Let's see. There's like 100 of them around here. Most of them are up in the upper guards. The lower rank guards didn't really care much for the idea of serving a weird god. Oh, and for some reason we're supposed to be on the eye for stars and spiders, which I don't know what the hell that means, but they kept hammering into us. Watch for stars and spiders. Watch for stars. The fuck's this? Am I supposed to be looking for a giant arachnid coming over the walls? Like, I got here 2 months ago, or 4 months ago. Literally a month before the siege, and I hid in the goddamn chapel the entire time it was going on. What the hell do you think I'm gonna do? As you get the sense, Rollman, this guy's really, like, hates his job.
Yeah, I'll just make sure I get everything out of him. What's the name of this god? Did they tell you?
Yeah, I don't know her
refer to
name.
it as a lady.
It's just some lady that looks like a troll. Green skin, angry, looks like she wants to kill you.
Cool. And I'll keep doing that while he hears screams in the background.
His eyes kind of watching this as it goes. Is there anything else you'd like to know?
Not that this guy, based on what he's saying, would probably know. Can I get a sense of if he's lying or not about this?
Yeah, give me a sense of
Like,
motive.
try to get out of it by saying like, "Hey, I've only been here for a little bit."
Yeah, I'll snitch on anyone if it gets me out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
One where
yeah,
the Nazis is like, "Oh, it's only a guard."
yeah. I didn't touch the knobs, I swear.
Sense motive. 27.
He is seemingly telling you the truth. More so from what you can tell out of his irritation with this situation. It seems there's something that he isn't telling you about his personal experience with this group. That's kind of causing a bit of his willingness to tell you everything.
Mm-hmm. I will ask for like who his family is and stuff. I'm assuring I'm not gonna like hurt his family or whatever. I just want to verify that's true or not.
Yeah, he'll give you his family. He does not have a family name. He just gives you an address to go check up on them. All right.
Cool. And then we can cut over to whatever Bartimaeus does to his victim.
Yeah.
If you want.
As Roland continues to ask kind questions, let the guard know he's really just here as a friend, an understanding soul of having to deal with a difficult employer, As we cut over to Bartimaeus, as the sounds of cleaning have now begun out in the main hall, as you kind of bring your tied-up commoner friend into the secondary master bedroom, kind of sitting him onto a chair. He kind of looks at you defiantly with his dark eyes.
Let's establish a baseline. What's your name?
Kind of looks you up and down. Looks like he's kind of considering for a second and then goes, Drogon.
Ah. Do you have any family, Drogon?
None that lived.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, well, you killed them.
Oh, that lot out there?
No. The Ironheart Merchant Company killed them when you lot decided to invade this city. My brothers were on the walls. My mother was fighting in the tower. And, well, to be fair, my father went with the Uthgarm's army, and I assume he's not coming back anytime soon, given the situation.
Tragedies of war. I won't bore you and tell you that I care. I wasn't here for the siege. What I care about is this cult you're a part of.
It's not a cult.
No. Then what is it?
A religious organization that cares about people like myself.
Do they? By fomenting more war?
He shrugs and goes, I don't see any wars here.
And what did you think was going to happen after you managed to kill James?
We'd put that young Venkos fella that they kidnapped on the throne, and things go back to normal. I gain my position back as a guard captain, and we go back to the way things were before the Ironheart showed up.
Naturally. And of course the king doesn't want to come back and reclaim his fortune. It's just simply works.
The king has no spine and will be replaced by the rulers of our belief once the time comes. We already have the young prince and heir. Some group was stupid enough to try and hide him off and sell him.
Luckily I already have a vial of his blood. Should be easy to locate.
Oh yeah, sure. Given the fact that he's still on this plane of existence, I don't think so.
Oh, where did you settle him off to?
I didn't do anything like that. I'm just one of the normal grunts. I just hear everything because I'm not stupid like most of them out there.
Well, tell me where he is.
And what, so you can kill me like the others? Oh, yeah. That works out. Just take my life now. Save us both the trouble. At least I get to enjoy you being infuriated for a minute.
No, I'm not infuriated. I ask a question, I get an answer. I don't get an answer. Well, and then I rack him with agony.
You see as his body kind of immediately convulses as he kind of bites down hard as he does so. His lip kind of bleeding as he does as the spell kind of dissipates and kind of glares at you. His dark eyes and slightly darkened beard complexion kind of seemingly almost adding to the fierceness to his face.
Now, the interesting thing about these sorts of measures, usually you have to cause physical harm, which shortens drastically the length that it can be done for. In my case, I don't. What's more, no matter what harm I do to you, I'm capable of healing it.
Looks at you with a kind of breathing heavy as he kind of gets himself back under control and kind of glares at you and goes, "Hey, I got the sadist. Fantastic."
Sadist? No. I don't care what I do to you. You're immaterial. So your pain lasts as long as you want it to. Just keep that in mind.
Uh-huh. I've been captured before. Your magic doesn't scare me, as he spits blood onto the ground and gives you a defiant glare. I'm not afraid to die for what's going on, nor am I afraid of pain.
Oh, like I said, you won't die. Here, let me show you. I imagine 5 minutes might have an effect.
And I begin just sitting, like, sipping tea and just casting it over and over again for 5 minutes straight.
Yeah. After the fifth time, after the fifth minute kind of passes, as you do, just watching his body convulse and bleeding from almost every orifice as he does so. He still keeps his eyes open, staring at you through the whole thing, refusing to remove his eyes or blink. As it ends, and he kind of like breathing heavily and exhausted, kind of looks up at you and goes, "If that's all you can do, I should have gotten the prettier one to do the torture then."
All right. Fair enough. Yeah.
And I just put a blindfold on him and just go about my day for a couple hours, just continually casting it on him. So he has no escape, no visual escape. I just kept, periodically check on him, apply a little potion if he looks like he's, approaching death.
Okay. All right. As it's going to take you multiple hours. I will say this guy's will save is somewhat high. So
I assume I
It's
finished
alright.
with my guy for a while, right?
yeah, as Bartimaeus kind of walks out to check on the cleaning, as the guy in the in Bartimaeus' room kind of is like sitting in the background, passed out completely from the pain. Roman, you kind of come out and see Bartimaeus enjoying his tea as he like watches Suit kind of clean up the last of the bodies.
Let me know when you get something out of him, and then you can have a go at my guy. He seems genuine, but I'll throw him with you just in case.
Why not?
If he'll likely just tell you everything. This is what I got out of him. If he says anything different, then I didn't think he was lying, but he might say something different to you.
Worst case scenario, there is a way to motivate somebody who's inwardly motivated. Bring them both to me when he wakes up.
Bartimaeus looks over at his own door, and as it kind of like lightly swings through, Rollman, you can see the horrible state the guy's in. His blood is just dripping from everything. He's drilling blood.
He hasn't said anything?
Like leaning over, fully, the eyes are covered.
He hasn't said anything? I just said.
Not a note.
Oh,
He
okay.
stated that they managed to recapture the young Vengars. And that they have escorted him elsewhere. Speaking of, I should fact check that.
So they pull like the vial of his blood out and cast blood biography to figure out where the fuck he's at.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for it. Not a death cult, goddammit.
Oh, almost fucked up and did that in general.
Oh man, that would have been fun. Makes it more spicy in general. 29. Okay. I can confirm. Ellis is not, well, his exact location from you is about, God, how many fucking miles is that? Give me a minute. It'll be easier if I do it in days. So he is about 6 months from you, in travel time.
Gotcha. So he's not on a different plane. I thought he did say.
Yep.
Okay.
The guy lied to you.
Yep.
Or told you what he knew. One of the two.
Yeah.
Which, not surprising. For different groups, be told he's in different places.
As you kind of confirm this, looking over as you recork the vial. You do hear the sputtering of the other individual in the background, kind of coming to life as suddenly as the spell ends.
It appears my break is at an end.
I'm gonna help Suit with more cleanup. Let me know if you need me back here.
Naturally.
As I drag the other guy into the room with me.
He is crying, begging Rollman to come back. As especially once he sees the door open to the other gentleman, he's very much screaming to try and get Rollman to come back. Going, I'll tell you anything. I swear I don't wear women's clothing. It was a rumor I started just to make it fun.
Well, he's already lied once.
As you drag him in, and suddenly the room goes silent once more as the Soot and Rollman are left back in the hallway once again. As you two are kind of left there, Bartimaeus, is there any last bits of information you want to get out of these guys?
Yeah, I'm just getting I'm holistically trying to get every bit out of them.
Okay.
And I'm changing tactics slightly because this guy seems to he seems to enjoy the idea of being a martyr. So every time he doesn't answer a question, the young guy gets the fucking racking agony.
The innocent man who's been there for 2 weeks.
I will let you know outright it will not stop the other dude at all. He does not care about the rest of the guards, as you're going to quickly find out.
Gotcha. Well,
Yep.
then he gets to ride the pony too.
Well, after a few times of him just ignoring it and completely letting you go about your business, takes another 2 hours before you finally manage to break them both and confirm information. They do both confirm the location of, according to the book, where the Alice was taken, as well as those two other individuals were kidnapped. They do not seem to know anything about the upper ranks of the organization besides the individuals that you met at the card game, who they both name as like the main leaders. And lastly, the only other piece of information are willing to give, or will be able to give rather, is that some of the adventurers have already joined amongst them, and there are going to be members who will be seeking to join James and his group to kill him.
Got it. Do we get anything as far as like their organization or their just outright stated goal?
Nope, they don't know. These guys don't know anything.
Okay.
So, after a few more hours of doing this, you do you finish up kind of walking out. Blood and gore kind of splattered across the room as you head out to meet with Soot and Rolman, who at this point already finished up taking care of everything and are kind of just relaxing as they sit back, kind of waiting for you to finish up.
Bartimaeus, I've had time to think.
Oh, yes.
I think, as I side-eye Rolman, I think we don't tell the Lord about this. Not everything. We need him to act normal. Yes?
I can sense the wisdom in it, making sure that
Well,
presents a juicy target.
while he's a good person, he can get a bit erratic when he thinks there are issues.
This is true.
I think as far as he needs to be concerned, the problem we report has already been dealt with.
I assume Bartimaeus tells us what he found.
Yeah. It's like the second words out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to draw in these potential adventurers, making them sense that or think that nothing is amiss.
Quite so.
And I like just kind of like plunk the fucking rings on the table.
I think we let the adventurers come and we do a cleanup shortly before the expedition, maybe a month or two beforehand.
Did you get names, or just said there would be certain adventurers trying to get in?
You did not get names.
Unfortunately, although if they're listed in the pages, perhaps we can cross-reference.
I think we get some guards we actually can trust. We put these rings, as long as they show to completely not be magical, on those guards, and we go from there in the coming days.
Did they mention any mandatory meetings?
The pages do mention two major events coming up. One at the end of the year that is called the Festival of the Oathfather, and they seem to have The only notes that seem to be written in there is excitement, explosions, and a new lord will be born.
Yeah, which
Go ahead.
good old death of James, as we were told about.
Yep. The second one seems to be listed specifically at the start of summer, which is about 2 months, and it is listed as the Gathering of the Great Heads. They don't have any other notes than that.
Ooh.
Mm.
But every member is supposed to attend these?
Unless
they have some sort of reason or on a mission or something?
No. It's going to be mostly the last year's event will be the entirety of the organization.
Yes, the Oathfather one.
But the one coming up, no, that is only for leadership, it seems.
Gotcha. But other than that, there's no like mandatory, like if you have a ring, you
Correct.
should be going to this.
Correct.
Okay. So we can have two falsified people and it won't be any risk of...
Theoretically, no.
All right. I think that's a good idea. Have people we trust planted. We still have to figure out where Xyrix actually is. This pride is at least on our side for this. We might have to meet with them. I don't like doing that, but
Well, if that fellow was on the Lord James's side and he's the one impersonating him, I wouldn't be surprised if Xyrix just re-shows up in time.
Yes, that is true.
After all, with what he just did, I don't think his cover as this Xyrix fellow is going to last long.
No, probably not.
What are the chances that it was this Pride fellow the entire time?
The entire time for like the entire siege as well?
I just got a shrug and nod.
What does Roman think about that? The odds of that?
Well, I mean, I can't tell you how to think. Best I can give you is the stage to kind of work the numbers off of here. Given the fact that you do already know his current goal, as you were told, or as you guys found out in session, was to gain more power. This could be his way of knocking out powerful clerics and paladins that will give him more power. Could be fully selfish, but the idea of him doing this from the get-go, you think he would have mentioned it probably back at the last Spire, or he would have been here during the attack. Because as you were told, is that these guys showed up a month before the siege, is when the one talkative guy was recruited. So they've probably been here a lot longer. And from what you know, Pride was only in the last Spire before that. So, which is about 8 months travel from here. So.
But out of character, Rolliman was told, because of the deal that James made, that at the time of the King's Moot, Pride had to be at the King's Moot.
Correct. So that also means that given the fact that it's only been 2 months since the King's Moot, he somehow got back here with a journey that by foot would take him over a year.
So
yeah, but he's a very powerful entity.
Yeah.
He probably replaced Xyrix out of character about a week into downtime.
Yes, I don't think he was present for the siege. It must have been more recent than that. Perhaps in relation to he knew about the kidnapping mission, so he just posed himself during that time. Don't know how long ago that was, but
You seem
honestly,
to have a pre-existing relationship with him. Perhaps it'd be best if you asked him.
I think, is speaking, based on what was said about, and I quote, they were stupid and tried to hide the boy, I think I can pinpoint when the switch was made. At least about.
yes, that could be a...
It was when I made the handoff with the boy to get rid of him for the time being. It's probably replaced within a day or two after that.
We could approach. I think he probably already knows that we know something's up, at least.
He was openly killing in the streets.
Yeah.
I had a bit of a hard time finding people that he hadn't already killed that were wearing the rings. There are blood smears all over the city of what he did to these people. And he's doing it openly as this Xyrix fellow.
Mm-hmm. We'll see how he tries to swing it next time we meet with James. Because I'm sure James will know about the explosion and other things happening. And Xyrix will be involved in there.
Oh, he's probably heard about it by now, timeline-wise.
Funny you say that, 'cause as you say that, you hear a knockdown at the door of the house.
Oh, I'll get it.
Who is it?
So as you head down, looking through the little hole in the wall, as you move the little latch out of the way, you see what looks to be a rather tall-looking ogre whose belly is what you're staring at right now.
Yeah,
oh no!
I'll open the door.
He stole my fit.
Can I help you, my friend?
Crack kind of leans down and looks at you and goes, "Yes, the Lord has asked." We're supposed to call him the Lord, right? As he looks at you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The Lord has asked, or has requested, as he pauses and trying to use the noble training he's been listening through somewhat, as he goes, your audiences as soon as possible.
Yes, the Lord wishes for an audience. Understood.
He nods. I am to collect you if you're available.
Of course. Just a moment. Rolliman, Bartimaeus, the Lord wishes to speak with us.
Wonderful timing.
I just attach a rope to my two test subjects and start dragging them along with me.
Oh, they're going to be coming with us?
You sure you want to
coming.
drag them through the streets?
I was saying
That is a
will
bad look.
so anyone who wasn't grabbed and random people are just gonna see. At least put them in a sack. I have sacks. Like,
No, you're right. Besides, they could track them potentially. I'll find someone less encumbered.
I was like turn and like just kind of let the Eye of Limbo disintegrate their remains.
Okay. As slowly their bodies dissipate, you see a sadness in one, the other's a defiant glare still staring at you, Bartimaeus, as they slowly dissipate, including the chair and the rope, sadly.
Rope.
Yep.
for the best.
As Crack looks at this and kind of tilts his head and goes, "Why are we killing our own people?"
Mm. You know, my friend Craig, if you wish to lead us, we were about to give the Lord the same explanation.
Ah, I should make sure the Lord hears it first, you're right. As he turns and starts walking.
Yes, as I'll walk with him, you'll get to hear about it and him at the same time.
He nods enthusiastically. I assume Rollman and Bartimaeus you're following after.
Yep.
Alright.
Yep.
As you lot head back up to the castle to meet with James, who looks physically disturbed by the information he had gained from his contact, we're gonna end session there, I think, for tonight. As the party comes back together to give their report on their event, I hope a bit of a chopped up report that doesn't describe them in the horrible manners that they did. But, that's up to them to decide as they go. We thank you all, though, for watching, as we will be joining, or you will join us next time for, well, I assume we're still not doing a downtime skip, because I think we're still planning to do the Bloodstorm quest, correct?
Yeah, we still have a quest to do.
So we'll see you guys next time, at the same time, same place, and yeah, see you there.